Let's go, man. We finna dive deep into No Jumper. Let's go, Adam. 22. Finna
I
dive
got
deep.
some really bad news for the No Jumper employees. They might
Dive
not
deep.
want to hear this, but this is the absolute truth. Y'all might not know this, but y'all are about to be at the unemployment office in about 6 months. A lot of y'all are about to be at the unemployment office in about 6 months.
they
Because
better do
No Jumper
something.
about to get rid of a lot of y'all. Now, I'm not saying this because Adam gave me information or I have any type of, secret information nobody else has, but I've known Adam for about 5 years or so. I've been present at about, the annual No Jumper firings. It happens about every 18 months. And it usually happens once, the environment has fostered a level of chaos that Adam feels like no longer suits him. And then he fires mostly everybody and starts fresh.
Yeah,
He's about to start
fucked up.
fresh. And here are the signs. Obviously, if you recognize patterns, then this video won't shock you. Adam fires and get rid of most of the on-camera talent about every 18 months once he realized that the No Jumper environment is chaotic enough. It's too chaotic for what he's willing to deal with. He gets rid of everybody, cancels all the shows, starts fresh, and rebuilds the environment he feels like, he's willing to deal with. And there are signs, a mass firing is coming. There are usually signs. A lot of the signs that Adam was going to get rid of everybody the last time is very identical to the signs that currently exist now. A lot of the motivations for why Adam got rid of everybody last time is very similar to the motivations why he would get rid of everybody right now. A lot of the drama is very similar to the current drama. And a lot of the chaos is probably even more greater now than it was when Adam got rid of everybody last year for being too chaotic.
I'm making some very big changes in terms of No Jumper. As of today, or as of tomorrow, the news, No Jumper news, it's over.
Yeah.
The Monday show, the Wednesday show, and the Thursday show also are over. I've decided that I really want to focus No Jumper. So I will be continuing to do the Tuesday show with Lush and Brig Baby. I will continue to do as many interviews as possible. I'm going to have other people on the platform continuing to do interviews. Everybody from, Almighty, Sharp, Rick. I just talked to all these guys. Flacco. We're still going to work together on doing interviews and, doing like repeat guest type interviews where I, have people on multiple times to talk about different things that are going on in the news, everything like that. But this decision has really been brought on primarily, I guess, as a business decision. And I say that to say I've been talking to my business manager a lot over the course of the past few weeks, taking a real deep dive into how the channel is doing, how much content we're creating, and taking a look at like what the true cost of creating stuff like the news is, and have basically just come to the conclusion that it makes more sense for No Jumper to produce less content and be a little bit more focused with a smaller team, a smaller number of employees, etc.
Adam at the time stated that it was a sanity of mind decision as well, while also mentioning how it didn't make sense business-wise. Now, the business part, I feel like Adam would have kind of overlooked.
I tell you what, the niggas that's employed already, you know what I'm saying? They should know already, No Jumper finna cut us off. So y'all better get y'all own shit going, niggas. Y'all put once again, cause that's how what's folks' name? Ari Spears, same shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come over these platforms and just expect abundance. Like, oh, these niggas gonna take care of me forever. No, motherfucker, no. These niggas not gonna take care of you forever. They take care of themselves. They made their own platform, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They can just boot your ass out, just get your ass out of here, Gone.
If the sanity of mind was there. But let's just talk about business-wise. The news at the time was doing 44,000 views, 34, 39, right? It was averaging anywhere between 30 to about 60,000 views on the news. And Adam thought that paying 4 to 5 hosts to come and sit down and talk on the news didn't really make sense, especially with all the drama coming to No Jumper because of the news. So Adam had to cancel it. Now, if we fast forward to where we're at right now with the news, I mean, is doing the same amount of views, maybe a little less than it was when it got canceled, right? The news was doing 20,000 views, 30,000 views. You get the point. Now, maybe there are less hosts on the news today than it was when it got canceled. So maybe money is being saved with less hosts, but I check it, that's not the case. There's still 4, 5, 6 people on the news at any given point. This episode of the news had 4 people on. I think one or 2 more people came after this, about 5 or 6 people. You know,
time when I watch no
episodes you
Jumpers,
can look at.
on.
This episode of the news had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people was on this episode of the news. So the news is doing less views, but it's more people. Now,
Less views and more people,
there's
that
less
is
soap
bad.
opera, because Adam did say that the soap opera that comes with having these many hosts on the platform is not worth it.
It's not.
Adam
If
said
it
it's
ain't
not
doing
worth
numbers,
it. It doesn't make him feel good. He doesn't sleep well at night because there's so much drama and soap opera going on.
This isn't really what I
This
want to
drama.
spend the next 10 years of my life
You don't want
doing
that shit?
in terms of trying to create another At the End of the Day or another Disconnected, if that counts, or whatever. You know, it's like all that shit is dope. And it definitely has helped, get us more views / make the fans interested.
See, chat.
But the truth is that the
See, chat. They fucking up the vision, chat. You see, Adam got a vision. What he thinking? They fucking it up. He can't have these scumbags fucking his vision up. That's why he want them niggas out.
the soap opera
Bro.
that comes with doing No Jumper News and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't benefit us that much. It certainly is like something to talk about for a lot of people, but like getting a bunch of clips up in the Reddit and shit doesn't really like do that much for us as a business. And really, when I look at my life as a 40-year-old man, it's like I want to primarily.
And why the fuck I see it? They don't see the shit.
To, be more productive.
Let's talk about the soap opera that was going on at that time and compare it to what's currently going on at No Jumper right now. So at that particular time, a lot of the hosts was not getting along. Brick Baby and DW Flame had their particular issues and their particular beef. And from what it would appear, it was getting pretty serious. Brick even had that famous put Kill Squad in the street moment because of that beef with DW Flame. Brick walked in a little frustrated on the Monday show.
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe,
that's when he was finna
because
fight.
it felt like No Jumper at this point
Was
had been
it?
running
I think that's when he
content
finna
back to
fight.
back and trying to antagonize and instigate this conflict with DW Flame and him. I think a call or an audio got leaked of Brick talking about DW Flame and his gang, and Flame got asked about that particular call and conversation, and Brick dissing him on like 3 different shows that week. So Brick would be walked in tripping, and that led to probably the most explosive, hostile moment on No Jumper in history. And Adam was watching all of this thinking, man, bro, do I really want to be flying this close to the sun?
You good at rapping?
Yeah, you buster.
Pissed off about the traffic?
I'm pissed off about 3-day content.
We hanging like that. What up?
I'm trying to figure out why we still running content on a conversation that got leaked from this.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man? That content on the niggas up, man. Out that house, cuz.
Keep on digging about my boy. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I told you. I
Think
told you.
so.
I told you, chat.
Energy is.
Hey,
This
Brick.
my boy right here. Hold on, no, 3 days in a row, gang. You
Go
been
ahead.
here 3 days in a row getting asked the same question after we talk. I still ain't watched it. I don't know what I said to cuz. I was hiding. That ain't no excuse. I know one thing. The first time I asked you, first time I picked up the phone, I said, bro, I can remember one thing only that was derogatory that I said. Did I or did I not?
Speak on it.
On 6-0 Crib. Everybody else, like, it's cool. Like, all this. It was a Monday show. It was a show yesterday. I love you, Adam. I'm not tripping off of you. It ain't nothing like that, cuz I'm frustrated right now, bro. Because y'all digging. If a say he ain't gonna watch it, if he ain't gonna watch it. And the who leak it is ever. Any ride with cuz on the dead homies. It is what it is.
Homies.
On 6-0 Crib.
On the
Me and
dead
Cuz
homies,
crashing
cuz.
together, or I myself on the dead homies. Where SC on hood, they gonna be calling your ass little Draco. Dead homies, and it is what it is. You cops, dead homies. And the who posted the other about me and a blick, cop ass whack, calling me Mr. AK-47. I got open cases. Stop playing with me, cuz. On the dead homies, I ain't going out with my kids for nothing. Six up. Stop playing with me, cuz.
Stop playing with me, cuz. I'm dead homies, cuz. I ain't leave my kids for nothing. Shit.
And then you have the moment with me and Wack, where at that particular time, it stemmed from No Jumper having Munchie B, Spider Loke, and other people who Wack didn't really like on the platform. And then they were on my show, right? So I took the blame for it. So all of this was going on at that time, which essentially led to Adam not being able to sleep well at night. And his solution to this was just canceling everything and starting fresh.
Like what's up? What's up? So here go Wack again doing the same goofy shit. God damn. Why they cut it out? He ain't do shit.
Played me talking about some
like always trying to do some tough shit.
You right. You right. But today, I don't want to be. White. Now, chill out. That white is this. I know it's yours.
Yo, he's sitting down, man.
Since it ain't Joe's show. Chill out, bro. It's our show.
If Adam couldn't sleep at night because of that was going on, then he certainly can't sleep at night at what's currently going on at No Jumper. Let's compare what was happening then that led to all the shows being canceled to what's happening right now.
Talking about niggas. Bro, watch your mouth. Bro, watch your mouth. Right, nobody did. Yo, Jalise.
Hey,
I ain't them.
I'm not trying to play with you. I'm not trying to threaten you.
Can't me.
I get that.
Throw your
Hey, nah, that was Wack fault right there. Wack, I mean, not Wack, Adam. That was Adam's fault. I'm tweaking.
Gotta
I'm
go.
doing that with you,
You gotta go.
I'm not doing that with you.
You came to podcast, you want to fight. You gotta
Nah, fuck that.
So the
Adam.
shows are doing less.
Nah, Adam on some bullshit with that. Like, he low-key initiated that shit with Wack 100. That was some goofy shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, buddy ass, the Mexican dude gonna sit up there talking about some, being, like, he said some shit like, yeah, nigga, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Wack like, what? That's why he started getting all hostile and shit, ready to fight him and you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Numbers.
Wack like, Adam like, yeah, I ain't see that. Well, he said that, nah. He did not say that. Come on, Wack. You blowing out of proportion. Come on, bruh.
Yet more drama, and there's more people on the platform. Yeah, bro. Y'all get ready, man. All right. I give, you know, a large majority of that cast about 6 months, man. Now, obviously, we know there are certain people who aren't going anywhere, you know, who are always going to be there, right? But a large percentage of y'all, it's raps. I feel like the biggest problem with this current cast isn't even about the fact that there's drama or the numbers isn't there. They don't trust each other.
Yeah,
a large percentage of this new cast is obsessed with the Reddit. They're obsessed with narratives. Their podcasting is reflective and based on what the Reddit is going to think. And they all, like, well, not all, but most of them are obsessed with trying to be Adam's number one. That's something that I always thought was weird, especially for something as team-based
they
as
act like crabs in the bucket.
And are you in the top
Instead
3 talent at No Jumper?
Yeah, in terms of like under Adam, I think I'm number one.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the
That's
best.
right.
I'm the best
By
host.
the way, shout out Adam22.
Yeah, shout out to the 22ster, man. But yeah,
That's that
I'm
crab in the
definitely
bucket
number one for sure.
mindset,
That's why he's
Chad.
starting a show with me because I'm the best host.
It's two active components to this No Jumper current dynamic that's going to make everything crash and burn. One dynamic is the hosts are obsessed with the narratives on Reddit.
Man.
And that's because they understand that the bosses, Adam, Josh, and everyone,
Instead of trying to, you know what I'm saying, instead of competing and shit, you know what I'm saying, y'all should work together. And that's how you make better content. Figuring out, working together and shit, getting along. Not competing, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best content creator, yeah. Oh, I'm the best in Adam. Like, bro, come on, see, that's why the numbers going down. That's why he booting y'all ass up out of there. Get y'all ass up out of
everybody,
here.
they watch the
Real.
Reddit obsessively. They're in Reddit. And if the Reddit turns on you, well, that's going to affect their opinion.
That's time for that shit. Y'all
And
fucking
then
up the
secondly,
vision,
they're
goddammit.
competing to be Adam's favorite.
Fucking up the
Those
goddamn
two active
vision.
components being a part of the current no jumper culture creates and fosters an environment of distrust. And it makes podcasting impossible. If I'm on a podcast with somebody who A, believes we're in a competition for Adam's love and Adam's
my
favorite.
fault for keep on popping the chapter, fucking up the goddamn vision. Shit, Adam looking at some other shit. You know, he looking at his podcast. This shit can go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? This shit can take off. Goddammit. These motherfuckers down here, like, I'm the bitch, Nick, and Adam, I'm the bitch. Bro, I see, bro, if I'm the boss, I'd be like, these niggas think, bro, I'm finna boot these. I would think the same way. Get these niggas up out of here.
And B is willing to do whatever it takes so they don't become the villain in the Reddit for the day, then podcasting becomes impossible. How can I podcast with you if I don't even trust what you're saying?
I don't trust y'all ass. Y'all ain't getting along.
Podcast and I give this hot take, and then
Folks
you
over there talking
rebuttal
shit
my
about
hot
me.
take
I'm ready to
with
bust
your
his
take.
ass.
And I can decipher whether or not your rebuttal is A, your real opinion, or B, something you're just saying to win favor with the fans and Adam. Well, that becomes a problem then, because A, whatever you say, I'm taking it personally.
Yeah.
And now it becomes combative and hostile and it lingers. And then two, I'm not gonna give my like real opinions. I'm gonna give an opinion that I believe that Adam wants to hear and the fans want to hear. And then now we're just on a podcast all agreeing with whatever narrative Adam wants to hear and the fans want to hear. And then B, when I see my co-host on another platform talking about me and I see him kicking my back in, if this environment did not
And then
exist,
y'all see each other,
if the dynamics
it's
did not
like,
exist,
yeah,
then I
nigga.
can see that as my co-host
What's
podcast.
that
and
shit
give
you
an
was
opinion.
talking about on the
But
other
because of the current
podcast?
environment we're in, when I see my co-host on other platforms kicking my back in, right, critiquing me, then I see that as, oh, he's kicking my back in to undermine me so he could win this make-believe competition and win favor with the fans.
Right.
Nobody trusts each other now because of these dynamics. There's
And that's
no
why
truer
Adam
example of
booting
this
their
than a
ass
couple
up
of
outta
days
here.
ago when Doughboy was going back and forth with one of the employees.
Because I'll show you. I'm gonna show you what I said, and I was broke when I heard it. I was just so confused. Like, why would he say that? So just let me tell you, and we can break down what you said.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna just tell you what I heard on my way to Pod with Munchie B. This is what I heard, and now we don't got to put words in nobody's mouth because this came out of your mouth. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. This is what you said.
Yeah,
not
go
nobody
ahead.
else,
Play
and it ain't no
I stand
AI.
on everything I've ever said. Play it.
Terms with them. Because if Wack wanted to fight my boy Doughboy and he wanted to be cool with me, I would say we can't be cool until you cool with Doughboy. It's not a one-sided thing. That's my homie. And that's how we rockin'. Same squad.
That's
But
true.
some-
Hold on.
Doughboy is just all buddy
Hold
with
on.
Wack. I'm starting to think this whole time he's been an agent of Wack.
An agent of what?
Just listen. Just listen.
I know what this is.
Agent of
Just
Wack.
let them hear it.
It was Flacco.
Damn it.
Just he's an agent of
I
Wack. I'm
list
ordering
Let me
Flacco,
just-
Jalise,
hold on,
I list
just let it
Creep as
go.
whack agent, and I say you're a whack agent. That's
Let
what
it-
I say.
Agent,
Shut the fuck up.
Wack agent. And now, Doughboy. So now I don't know if I can trust Doughboy like I've been.
And that's
trusting.
absolutely still true.
Just let the word go.
Bro, you keep cutting me off. I know what the clip says. I said the shit.
But we don't know,
Doughboy
right? Shut the
got
fuck
tired
up.
and said, "Hey, I need 15 minutes. Take a nap. Like
You already mentioned
I'm
this.
just getting real tired. I'll be right back." And disappear for an hour at a time, taking naps about 4 to 5 times.
Long rest.
Who was at that desk? It was Moose Man.
Also
All right.
true.
So that's okay. So that's my inherent thing. You said if you know if somebody was my homie and they Doughboy I was friends with him before I was friends
I
with
get
you.
that, Doughboy, but I'm saying for me.
No,
bro,
let's
for me.
let's
I'm
break
talking
that
about for
down.
me.
Okay,
'Cause
I
said
knew
in the
him before you.
I know that,
But it's a
Doughboy. I'm talking
Sacramento
about for
politic,
me,
though.
my G. I said I'm saying.
Doughboy confronts the dude for saying like bad things about him on the pod. Yeah, why are you like saying I'm a snake? Why are you saying like I'm this and I'm that? I backstabbed you. Like, why are you bringing up things like, oh, when Doughboy was like going back and forth and sleeping on stream for an hour at a time. You know who was still there and still showing up for you guys and doing that content for you guys? Me. So it feels like, this is all about, like, is no longer trusted. I can't even trust that we can all just podcast in good faith. There's always going to be an ulterior motive and an underlying agenda.
Yeah.
It's always.
That's why you got to get their ass up out of here.
Like, and if you're podcasting right now at No Jumper and you haven't peeped this and you haven't know that there are certain people who are showing up to podcasts with ulterior motives to make you look crazy so the Reddit can be against you, and because they know that Adam is checking the Reddit
I'm on
every
Adam's
day,
side. I ain't gonna lie.
Adam will see if the Reddit has a bad opinion about you. He's probably going to get rid of you. If you don't understand this now, you should probably get hit to this like strategy. Right, but Dope was like, bro, like, what the hell?
I ain't got time for this shit.
But then, like the dude then tells Doughboy, well, the reason why I did this is because I felt like you was snaking me out when you was telling the people that you didn't know about me pulling up on Wack and me getting confronted by Wack, and you was taking Wack's side and him going off on me. I felt like you was snaking me and trying to turn the people against me and on your side. So even dude felt like Doughboy was trying to turn the fans against him. Nobody trusts each other.
That's that bullshit.
This is an absolute shit show.
Fucking up the bench and chat.
What, guys?
These niggas fucking up the bench.
What benefit would it give me to snake you?
I'm saying that you're lying to the people to make yourself look better.
I'm not trying to look better. I didn't think it was a good idea. So let's just go with your narrative and say that I knew it was going to happen. I still didn't feel like it was a good idea.
I know, but you lied to the people and said you didn't know.
No, because it was the shit was going back.
No Jumper has a big problem, bruh. I don't feel like anybody in that building trusts each other. And that's a problem. And the one thing we know is when Adam starts feeling like, the opportunities he's given is backfiring, he's going to get rid of everybody and start fresh again.
All that's out of here.
Now, I hope the people that I like, obviously, if you know me and, then you know I like you. The people who I like, I hope, they keep their job. I'm going to be advocating for them behind the scenes. I'm going to do everything in my power. Even if I got to offer No Jumper, hey, bro, I'm going to come back and do a show if you feel me, like, keep this person so I can work with them. I'll do whatever I can do in my ability to make sure whoever I like stays. But yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? All right, do y'all feel like No Jumper has a problem? Let me know, okay?
Yeah,
if you're still watching
problem.
this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen to find out why exactly NBA YoungBoy apparently put a bounty on.
We finna get into. I low-key want to get into that. Oh, God.
Birdman Godson just did an interview where he confirmed he was this close to dying, inches away from losing his life, and he was on life support after being backdoored by YoungBoy's entourage. He told 607 Unc and Jalise that he met YoungBoy a couple of years ago, and when he...
so for the people that's tapping in, you know what I'm saying, we on YoungBoy, NBA YoungBoy shit. That's that.
Met YoungBoy, they gravitated towards each other. However, conflict soon started when he made a mistake that a lot of people make when they enter into a new situation and come around a celebrity, or even normal people when they, find their way into a new friend group. And this mistake almost cost him his life.
So if we're taking it back, you guys will start building a rapport back in 2017, 2018. Up until 2020, what would be what would lead up to the unfortunate chain of events to where you and YB would be at odds?
I'm gonna put it like this, man. What I didn't know and what I know now is you can't mix your friends. Like, you can't mix your friends. And when I say mix your friends, and that's what I did, it became like, you ever heard the shooter need a shooter? It get to the point of shooter need a shooter. That's how they get it. Like, it get that serious in the field. Like, the shooter need so it's to the point. I need a shooter chat. It's for real. Like, this going on. So I need a shooter. Me getting some of my little partners out of the city, it just ain't work. I told, I tell my little partners to go pick up three. Just go pick up three, bring them to Baton Rouge. I ain't telling them to go hang on no block. I ain't telling them to go thug on no YB. Y'all don't even know YB. Y'all don't know. Y'all know three because I have y'all around three all the time. But I ain't tell y'all none of that but drop three off and come back to that city. Y'all dudes that hang around these dudes and get into it with my partners. So my partners and my partners, so two sets of partners that bumped heads. Put me in the middle of some shit. Knowing how I'm rocking behind my partners, like YB knowing how loyal you get. Like, I'm so loyal, brother. Like, it ain't nothing I wouldn't do for nigga. Hold on. I'm one of them partners. Like, if I could try to de-escalate, I'm a de-escalator, but I ain't thinking of gonna sit here and feel like just me coming and trying to de-escalate something. They felt like I picked a side.
He don't even know his own homies backdoored him first, or they were trying to backdoor him first. It just didn't work out in their favor. Let me give you guys a life advice, okay? Don't mix your new friends and your old friends. There are new friends and old friends for a reason, right? Because when the old friends and new friends ultimately get into it because they come from two different walks of life, you're gonna have to pick a side, and you're gonna lose one friend group eventually. Because if you pick the side of the new friends, the old friends gonna call you fake. Bro, and if you pick the side of the new friends, well, they're gonna be like, you're more loyal to those people. They did us wrong. It's good on you. So he says he was bringing around his entourage because the shooter need a shooter too, right? So these are his homies. He was bringing them around YoungBoy. They probably fanned out. Now they went from only his homies that he was bringing around to he told them to go pick up OG3 one time so they could escort OG3 and protect OG3 when OG3 is in their city. That one time they go ahead to go pick up OG3, they get his number. They start talking to him without bro. They start pulling up on him without him. Like they start pulling up on OG3 without him. And he's the one who introduced, they're supposed to be his shooter. Yeah. So now they done built their own relationship with OG3 and YoungBoy, and they pulling up to hang out with OG3 and YoungBoy without him. Yeah. He's not even noticing or aware they're hanging out. He finds out they pulling up and hanging out with OG3 and YoungBoy without him. When they get into it, that's when he finds out.
Right, okay.
You know what was happening? Those dudes who was pulling up, your friends, your shooters, man, they was probably telling OG3 and YB, man, like if he your shooter and he's supposed to be protecting y'all,
damn,
we protecting him. Yo, F with us.
Damn.
There's a reason why they was pulling up to rock with YoungBoy and OG3 without you. But he's a loyal dude. So what happened was they got into it. One of his homies apparently was doing too much, and he felt like his homie was in the wrong, but he's still loyal. So he was for the most part trying to figure out what happened and could potentially squash it. But when he get to asking, hey, yo, what's going on? YB and everybody is on high alert. Because, again, this is the streets. Right? These street dudes, they on high alert. So they see him inquiring and asking too many questions as him picking the sides of his old homies. And that's when the backdoor activity started. Oh, yeah. That's when they like began to play him hella close.
I couldn't really tell you what happened that day. All I know is, man, my partners them called me, you know, one of my partners f***ed up. You know what I'm saying? One of my partners. So I'm calling just like that. It's like, woo, woo, woo. He telling me who all was out there when
what you mean, like beat up?
Yeah. Like,
why beat and jumped on him?
Yeah, jumped on me. It's some more shit happened, but I can't really get into that. But
you ain't beat him up.
That's some more shit.
Rich said, fuck, he jumping on beating up somebody.
Had him thinking like, man, Beezer gonna try to kill me. So we got
to beat his ass.
So YB thought you was gonna try to kill him.
Thought I was gonna try to knock him off.
So is that
off
what
the strength of me just coming and just like trying to just figure out what the fuck happened between you and my partner, you know, with my little smackers.
Right.
Okay.
You know.
So is that what led up to the studio incident?
Yeah, basically played me. It was like, man, come to, you know, just like, yeah, just come do some music.
They tricked you to the studio.
I ain't even know having no animosity more with me, cause we still was hanging, we still with Josie. We still was, you know, everything, the whole 9 yards, like still on FaceTime, calling each other, stacks of money like this.
Oh, good as shit.
Me3 and all us. Like,
keep backdoor your ass, though.
Was cool.
They were playing me close.
Playing you close.
But one thing I can say about Lil Home, if he feel like he can get you on your, he gonna stand on that business right then and now. But they knew, like me, you gotta play me close. I'm a gang, like you gotta play me, you gotta get me in you got to, and like I ain't really see, I was so loyal to the loyalty I have, blindside me.
These niggas close
really around me. Shit was in my face and I ain't even see it.
Real talk.
Like I told you, I was still around months before later. Shit was in my face, I just ain't see it.
Also, he's Birdman's godson. He considers Birdman an uncle.
Yeah.
He's, you know, Birdman's nephew. So he's
gotta
not
put some
thinking,
respect on his name, Chad.
He thinking, man, they understand what my partners did ain't on me, right? Yo, hey, bro, my partners and y'all got some issues, bro. You know, I ain't picking sides, man. Listen, man, right? You know, I rock with y'all, I rock with them. I'm just trying to figure out how we can solve it. He thinking it's all
He trying to see what's going on with the
Then they invite him to the
smackers.
studio.
You feel?
So he gets invited to the
smackers.
studio, he says, by OG3. Now, they were all supposed to be at the studio. YB was supposed to be there. OG3 was supposed to be there. But when he gets there, he doesn't see YB. However, he does see a particular dude that, that he has an issue with in the entourage. So this dude, he says, is a dude where he's the only person he has an issue with in the crew because he was supposed to stop whatever went on. And he's more to blame for everything that went on than anybody else. So he told Buddy, when I see you, I'm going to slap you. So when he goes to the studio, he see Buddy there. And he gets the action. Happened? But he not knowing it's already a setup. Right? He thinking it's only Buddy and it's one-on-one. But as soon as he takes off on Buddy, everybody else just come out the woodwork, come out the closet, come from the back, and they start doing him dirty.
Still ain't told me what made the first shot get thrown. What
bad deep on his
I told Scully, when I see you,
100 niggas dabbing on your
studio. I went straight at
So you did it.
Nah, YB wasn't there. Nobody wasn't there just yet.
Them too many niggas.
I went at Scully like man, I was just like, man,
stop his ass up, chat.
Man, what's up with you, bitch? Like, what's up? Scully like, man, I don't want to talk to you, man. I don't want to talk to you, this, that, and the third, man. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, bitch, you already like, you lame as a mother.
Right.
So Scully basically, he went walk to the back. He kept on pacing back and forth, walking to the back and to that third. He called Meech to the back. I should have peeped the play. Nigga called, and yeah, bro. And that's how this shit happened, bro.
So basically, when the shot's thrown, when you getting hit, you in a fight. Do you remember you in the fight, or do you go unconscious?
Already out, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. Whole thing I went on life support, man. Raw me out. I don't want to see no name, cause like I said, I was like Tupac, so I couldn't tell you who was hitting me with them bitches. Man, I was getting pistol whooped. Man, I was getting pistol whooped. So, and everybody be around it like, man, yeah, them beat your ass and whoop me with no fist. Man, whoop me. If I smack you with a gun right now, multiple times, how many blows to the head you think you could get before your brain, for you?
Right.
Man, come on,
That's
man. Nigga making fun like, oh yeah, like I didn't got jumped multiple times, bro.
I was gonna go to sleep. Shit.
Ain't no I would put me on life support.
Clocking your ass from side to side, all angles and shit. Your ass
ain't just jump me, put feet and hands on.
Oh God,
no, man.
How long was you on life support?
I was on life support for 7 days.
7 days.
And I was in the hospital for 12 days. I had to learn how to walk and talk again. And one of my eyes was burning, my side, because that was just from the brain. From the brain, you control everything. So
I guarantee you too, like the dude that he took the beating for, like the dudes who he was kind of picking their size, his old homies. You think they roll for him?
Hell nah.
You think they driving around town looking for YB members? You think those same dudes he got put on life support for? You think if YB gave him a call right now, they won't smoke him?
Nope.
So I don't know, bro. Like you went out back, and I can't be no street dude. Yo, Buddy talking about he trying to keep it street. He ain't talk to no police. Hey, all right, bro.
Oh, bro, yeah.
A multi-millionaire could be the reason. Like I went out like that, man. Listen, man, I'm sure. At the very least, I'm
these street niggas say cold.
But I guess for some reason he feels like
they get their ass beat all type of shit. Hey, keep that shit straight. We take an L. Keep that shit straight. God, that's how they act. I'm calling 12. Hey, yo, pick up, goddamn it. That's not this shit. What you talking about?
He can't because of Birdman. So once this happened to him, he expected his uncle Birdman to regulate it. Get YB in front of him. They have their one-on-one fade, et cetera, right? He gets to contacting Birdman. Birdman starts acting funny towards him. Birdman just stopped speaking to him altogether because Birdman felt like when he came to social media and talked about this, that, he did some police stuff. He went out bad. So him speaking about the topic made Birdman, which is like his only tie now to the industry since YB is done with him, turn his back on him. So essentially, the only thing this kid got out of this situation right here is some broken bones, brain trauma, life support, and that's about it, bro. He lost everything effing with YB.
Already out, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. Whole thing I went on life support,
man. Not me.
Raw me out. I don't want to see no name, because like I said, I was like Tupac, so I couldn't tell you who was hitting me with them bitches. Man, I was getting pistol whooped. Man, I was getting pistol whooped. So, and everybody around it, like, man, yeah, them beat your ass and whoop me with no fist. Whoop me. If I smack you with a gun right now multiple times, how many blows to the head you think you could get before your brain, for you?
Right.
I could've
Man,
died.
like, come on,
That's a
man.
lot.
Nigga making fun like, oh yeah, like I didn't got jumped multiple times, but I'm a
But you
street.
kept that street. You kept that shit street though, nigga.
Put their fist in, and put me on life support. Like,
Right.
so we can just that right now. We gonna
He
clip.
kept
We gonna
that shit
stop
street. He
everyone,
ain't
like,
tell,
just
Chad.
jump me, put feet and hands on me.
Right.
No, man.
How long was you on life support?
I was on life support for 7 days.
7 days.
And I was in the hospital for 12 days. I had
That
to learn
nigga
how to
coulda
walk
died,
and talk
Chad.
again. And one of my eyes was blind, my side, because that was
Coulda
just from the
went
brain.
blind,
From
all
the
type
brain
of
to
shit.
control everything.
It ain't tell.
Yeah, bro. I had
I ass would have
everything.
told.
Right.
Fuck
Well,
that.
so you was in the hospital, and this the time we're gonna go back to Birdman. This is the time where you talked to Birdman. Did you
Yeah, Bird came on FaceTime. He actually came with on YB manager with Fee Banks.
Right.
I live my life.
Right. And that's the situation. Now Birdman was pretty like, man, YB, this happened to you. I'm riding with you because you family.
Man, yeah.
But then what changed Birdman, man?
Everybody tried to see like, oh, it was because of the Street Jewel interview I did. Because Bird really just one of them who just like, all right, and I understand him. And a lot of times you're right, like, all right, if it's a gangster situation, we're gonna keep it in the streets. See what I'm saying? And he right with a lot of that's the laws we grew up on. And I ain't bothered by
Goofy as
them
hell.
laws. So I feel like
So he
Goofy ass
so he
laws.
told you you're supposed to keep it in the streets. He did tell you that. You did have a
not
conversation
just
with
me
him about
just
it.
knowing who he is. We ain't talk. That's what I'm telling you, OG. After I got all like, man, that nigga ain't reach out to me, man. I was at the Hot Boy reunion tour in New Orleans. I walked up on him and everything. That nigga told me, not right now. Never. I can't tell you, man. You did me bad. That nigga still. That nigga told me we gonna talk. That's what he told me. Like we gonna talk. Not right now.
I don't know what I'll do if I got excommunicated for being put on life support. If they put me on life support, they backdoor me, they slime me out. You don't got a problem with them for sliming me out and put me on life support, and I'm your nephew, but you got a problem with me for speaking up. But I guess it's the rules of the streets. And one thing about Birdman is consistent, right? Like Birdman been in this game for what, 40 plus years? We ain't never heard no smut on Birdman's name. We ain't never heard nothing bad about Birdman.
Put some respect on his
Birdman
name.
has been probably like the
That's
perfect
Birdman.
example of
Put
a
some
street
respect
dude.
on his name. Yeah.
So yeah, he might have some really, really, really high standards. When
man.
it comes to certain gangster shit. And if that's his nephew and he raised him, he probably thought, man, bro, I raised you to be a bigger gangster than that, man.
And he did. That's it. Man, Birdman, like, nigga, that ain't my nephew. Hey, take care of that, nigga. You supposed to be my oh, hell no, nigga. Get your ass on, nigga. You ain't my nephew, nigga. We talk later. That's what he said. We talk later.
You come on the internet and you get to talking? Well, let me know what y'all think about this, okay?
Bro,
if
Birdman
YB
treated
and his
his
homies
ass. God
beat you
damn,
half to
Chad.
death and put you on life support, you keep it a gangster, or you run into the police in the courtroom to file that civil case? Let me know.
God damn it, you got me fucked up. Dude. 911. Where you at? Shit. I'm getting my get back by
I don't know
12.
what's going on, but the NBA camp is taking back-to-back L's. Ben 10 lost his ability.
Oh, yeah, we finna get into more NBA young boy with his brother. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be getting arrested. Shit, I didn't even know he had a brother.
To stand up for himself, literally, being left paralyzed following a robbery gone bad. This would go down the night of OG3's birthday at his birthday dinner, and 3 would face backlash for being seen on camera leaving Ben 10 behind. But honestly, I don't
left
agree
the
with
nigga
it.
behind.
I don't
I almost
blame
got sent to the
3 for when
gulag.
He was being pulled away.
Damn,
he backed
nigga.
away. The federal reports state that Ben 10 was stiff after the first shot, immediately dropped to the floor, paralyzed. So what the
Damn,
fuck
bro,
is 3 gonna do?
stood
Lay
over
next
his
to him?
ass,
The
still
shooter
balling.
slash victim in that case, All-Star JR, who was robbed and grabbed one of his attacker's guns before firing off, has been denied a federal bond and will be getting Amazon
That's kinda
Prime
bogus,
to
though.
down
I
to
ain't
the
gonna
feds
lie,
in
man. He
Texas
defending
to face a
himself.
charge of being a
Dude,
felon in possession
what
of
you
a
expect?
firearm.
All them
And
niggas.
9 days
Man,
after
that's
that
business.
shooting, another NBA member would go out bad. Quick pause, because this.
I'm saying, though, like, he mind his business, though. Like, 8 niggas coming up on you trying to grab your chain, beat your ass. Hey, remind you this. He got beat up. He went to sleep 4 times and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then the 4th time, that's when he got a gun and started blaming niggas and shit. All type of shit.
This might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create answers.
Yeah, we finna skip this
NBA
shit.
Ken, aka Kendall Galden, is the brother of none other than NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, that's his
Appearing
brother.
slightly slow, his criminal history would match his appearance. He'd recently gone somewhat viral after a video from a live would show him reacting to another one of NBA's background dances.
I ain't never seen his brother, Chad.
You better know. I can only play the audio of the screen because they're playing music in the background, but the look on Ken's face says enough. Now on April 17, 2026, Houston police were dispatched to a rundown home in Houston's 5th Ward, one of Houston's historically black neighborhoods. Which is kind of crazy because you'd think these NBA guys were living in luxury with the iced out chains and watches, just to find out this is the view from across the street. Piles of trash, a broken fence, and an abandoned lot. Houston police would arrive at 2:36 a.m. meeting with a woman named Aaliyah Jones. Aaliyah, who goes by Slim Yella, is the girlfriend of Lil Dump. She'd tell police people were at the house drinking, having a good time, when young boy's brother Ken said he was going to pick up another female using her car. Like, he didn't even ask, he just said he was going to. She said no, he got mad, and he took her keys, leaving the house in another vehicle, but bringing her keys with him. She'd call the police but give no information before hanging up, stating Ken came back and began arguing with everyone. She'd tell police Ken began arguing with Daedric Wright, aka Lil Dump, telling him he needs to control his girl or he'll shoot her. He'd then say, "I'm about to shoot your bitch. You letting a bitch call the law." Aaliyah then told officers Ken pulled out 2 pistols, one in each hand, and that's when he pistol whipped the left side of her face. First the fuck off, I've never in my life seen somebody pull out 2 fucking guns like this in a fucking movie.
What the fuck? They pistol whip? Like,
yeah, this is strange, but let's just continue. Lil Dump jumped in, fighting Ken, and Aaliyah would tell officers Ken tried to shoot him, but the magazine fell from the gun during the scuffle, so the weapon dry fired, and she claims to have heard the click. Okay, let's break this down real quick. He pulls out 2 guns.
That's what I'm trying to think. Okay, right.
Shorty with the gun. Lil Dump jumps in. He tries to shoot Dump, but apparently the magazine fell from the gun, but there wasn't a bullet in the chamber, but it was cocked, so it clicked. Like this, the bullshit meter is kind of going off because who cocks a gun but doesn't put one in the head? And it just doesn't make any sense to me, at least. But let's move.
He did when he like, yeah, drop the clip. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly it went off.
Forward. Aaliyah would show officers Ken's TikTok account under the name Slither, and that she knows him by name because her boyfriend Lil Dump is his cousin. She told officers she wished to press charges, and officers would photograph a light bruise on her cheek. So again, with the bullshit, you get pistol whipped with a gun, and you only have a light bruise. Mind you, she's light skinned.
Man, I call bullshit,
she's
man.
light skinned.
That's some bullshit.
You hit somebody in the face, you knock, right? It doesn't matter if it's a Glock. Like, yeah, Glocks are plastic for the most part, but they have metal slides. Normally, you hit somebody with the slide, right, or the butt. I don't know.
You pulling out 2 guns,
you hit somebody, usually it leaves a mark.
Why you pulling out 2 guns? Just a
Ken was
pistol
taken into custody, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and given a $500,000 bond, which is crazy that he even had a bond because he was apparently out on bond at that time. Back in April of last year, Ken FaceTimed a woman who was with another witness who wished to remain anonymous. She recorded the whole thing. He'd show his face, his tattoos visible, and he'd turn the camera around to a dog in a crate with a bullet hole in its face. A broken window could be seen in the background of the video. He'd broken into the house, shot the dog, and messaged them on Instagram telling them to go look in your house. You want to be all tough? Go look in your house. Saying he was in the woman's bed and all that, and telling them to go look at their dog. Now this is fucking insane. It sounds like he pulled up on somebody that he was going at it with. That dude's girl did all the snitching for him. Ken broke into the house, head tapped the dog, and then called him like, yeah, pull up. Ken was also recorded saying, if your grandpa is alive, I promise to God I'll shoot that bitch in his face if I met him. I don't like you, money, and I put that from the bottom of my heart. I put it on my daughter and son. When I catch you, I'm going to kill you. I ain't even going to just do that. Man, I put this on my mama. I am going to cut your head off and put it on a wall. Now, I told y'all he ain't all the way there. In today's society,
he killed the girl. The dude with it. Damn.
You're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but this fucking book didn't make it past the 3rd grade. This kid clearly has no fucking mind. And if you really want to survive out here in this world or out here in these streets, you need to learn how to read people and accept them for who they are.
And I ain't go
and
John
not what
Wick.
you want them to be, right? Oh, he doesn't look like a good kid, but don't judge until he shoots your fucking dog and calls you and shows you. So for this, Ken got charged with basically breaking in and killing the dog, something like a burglary with something to do with an animal. But somehow the judge gave his ass a bond, and he was on bond when that happened too. Because back in July of 2024, he was arrested for punching his girl in her shit after finding something in her phone, then later linking up with her again, punching her a few more times. So for some fuck reason, Houston judges just keep letting him out, and every time he shows them why he shouldn't be in society.
What's wrong with the women? They just keep coming back to him. He beating the shit out their ass, and they just, I love him. What the fuck, bro?
Clearly, he can't mentally do much to contribute to anything. If YoungBoy thought that he was valuable, he would have gave him a job. But instead, they moved from the trenches of Baton Rouge to the trenches of Houston to live the same sorry-ass lifestyle while flexing whatever crumbs YoungBoy leaves behind. Pistol whipping his cousin's girlfriend, trying to shoot his cousin, dome checking a dog, threatening to kill a grandpa, cut off a head, beating his own girl repeatedly, and the most motion he has is 16.7 thousand followers on TikTok. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, I was just gonna say, man, why NBA YoungBoy ain't helping his brother out? I see why the nigga ain't finna help him out, bro. He is not, hell nah. This nigga going crazy. He killing dogs and shit.
I don't really know much about this kid. I didn't see him until I saw the video of him with Lil Dump start getting posted about all the blogs and shit.
This nigga
but
ain't
dude
got
looks like he got nothing going on in life. You got people in his comments saying this dude got to be the brokest out of NBA because even I dress better than him. And it's like a lot of people assume that the family of the superstar rapper is living the superstar lifestyle. In a lot of situations, that ain't the case.
You will think.
It's just not, you know? YoungBoy keeps his wolves around him
that
clearly will do whatever he tells them to do. But at the same time, he's not giving them $1 million salaries.
I ain't giving them shit.
He's not giving them $500,000 or
and they don't give a fuck.
Salaries. They still have to.
They stupid.
Do what they do, which is the reason why a lot of their asses still be crashing out because they don't really have anything going on.
Hey, NBA YoungBoy probably just giving their ass like $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Huh, nigga, yeah, you put in enough work. Thanks, folks. Thanks, man. I'm rich as hell, folks. You know what I'm saying? Doing little shit. Like, bro, you selling yourself short, man.
10, for example, put himself in a situation he had nothing to do with, tried to get a chain out of it, and lost his legs. And this is why it's important to find your lane in life. If you get any type of opportunity where you're in the limelight, you're next to somebody with motion, a major celebrity rapper, YoungBoy's a fucking superstar. If you know him and you're not able to find your own lane, it just wasn't in you to begin with. That's perfectly fine. In this life, you're gonna realize there's people that create opportunities, and then there's other people that go looking for them. There are people that will never be better than an employee.
Yes.
And there are people that are meant to own businesses or create jobs or lanes for themselves. I mean, if some of y'all are watching this video and you want to talk to me about how you can do what I'm doing, reach out to me. I mean, the whole conversation ain't.
It's all about creating opportunities, chat, man. You want to do stuff in life, you got to go get that shit, you know? Gotta, you know what I'm saying, make sacrifices of discipline. Real shit and consistency.
Gonna be free, but I'll give y'all game on this shit. There's so many ways for you to make money through social media. You don't have to do necessarily this. There's so many background things you can do if you don't want your face on the image. But to crash out like these motherfuckers, just doing dumb shit, while being so closely associated to somebody with millions and millions of fucking dollars. I'm a DM away from y'all. It ain't hard to reach out to me. If I need to create a Discord so we can all build a community in which I can have these types of conversations with y'all and save y'all from doing some of the dumb shit that these motherfuckers do, let me know. I'll make the Discord. I'll get it done.
But these niggas don't get it all anyway. They just, most motherfuckers, like, you got niggas in life, they just choose to do this shit, you know? They choose to, and that's how it is. The way it works.
Transformed. Then on May 16th, everybody recognized was only the front door to something much bigger, something that stretched across West Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia.
Yeah, let's get into some Philadelphia gang shit. Let's dive into this shit, man.
Parkside, South Philly, North Philly, and deep into a timeline of shootings that prosecutors say left 5 people dead and 35 total victims in less than 2 years. Because that is what makes the story of the Young Bag Chasers, Campus Clampus, and the Parkside Killers so different from the usual rapper story. Before we get into this story, I did a deeper exclusive version on my site where I break down the Reddit posts, extra details, exact locations, and the parts of this case that go way deeper than what I can fit into this YouTube video. The link is in the description. This is not just a rise in public first learned just how big the case had become when the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office announced that 19 people were being charged in connection with YBC, CCK, and PSK. Authorities said the shooting spree ran from September 21st, 2022 through May 18, 2024. They said it involved multiple neighborhood groups, repeated blocks, and nearly 24 incidents. They also said the case was built with ballistics, surveillance video, witness statements, and digital evidence, the kind of detail that turns a street war into a prosecutable timeline. And once you start tracing that timeline, one thing becomes clear almost immediately. This story did not begin with the indictment. It did not even begin with YBC Duel becoming infamous online. The roots go back to a time when the Young Bag Chasers was still just a group of West Philadelphia kids with a camera, a microphone, and the same dream every neighborhood rap crew starts with. According to reporting from the Philadelphia Inquirer, YBC began around 2017 among friends in the body around Belmont, Mantua, and West Powelton. They had known each other since childhood. They played sports together. They went to school together. And in those early days, the music was not just entertainment. It was the exit plan. That detail matters more than people think, because every violent street story gets flattened once it reaches the internet. The names become symbols. The did become scoreboards. The songs become evidence of disrespect.
Now at 5 tonight, a chaotic scene caught on
what
camera.
the fuck?
Today, detectives released new video of when 4 people opened fire on a group of teenagers in West Philadelphia.
Oh, look at his ass. He coming out.
And a 13-year-old are still hospitalized.
But before all of that, there are usually kids who still believe they are on the edge of turning it into something else. For YBC, one of the early names that embodied that possibility was Tajay Brooks, known as J100. Brooks was described in reporting as one of the most naturally gifted early YBC rappers, one of the original faces of what the group could have become if the music had stayed ahead of the violence. But in Philadelphia, especially in scenes where rap and neighborhood identity are tightly tied together, the distance between potential and tragedy can disappear fast. And for YBC, the collapse into something darker had already begun before Brooks himself was killed. One of the emotional turning points, according to the Inquirer, was the 2019 killing of Joshua Munson. After his death, people close to the scene said the mood changed. The music got darker. The crew got more paranoid. Rivals began dissing the dead more openly online. Even a truce attempt reportedly encouraged by Meek Mill failed to hold. Once that happened, the line between rap identity and retaliation started to dissolve. The music no longer sounded like kids chasing a break. It started sounding like young men documenting a war they felt they were already trapped inside. As the group hardened, it also expanded. Public reporting says YBC built ties with younger and allied figures, including members of YFA or Young Face Arrangers. Those alliances mattered because they increased reach, manpower, and the number of names pulled into the orbit of the feud. At the same time, the public face of YBC was becoming clearer. Abdul Vix, known to almost everybody as YBC Dog, emerged as the most visible symbol of the crew. He was not the whole organization, but he was the face most outsiders saw. He was the one whose personality, trolling, and music made YBC impossible.
I think I seen him in a rap.
The more that visibility grew,
I think I seen a rap song on him.
And this is where the story gets even deeper, because once you start laying out the full timeline, the repeated locations, the extra people tied into this case, and the Reddit posts around it, the whole picture gets way
Go back to the damn story.
YBC was making real money from streaming, online presence, and other hustles tied to the group's identity. That detail sits at the heart of the entire case, because prosecutors and reporters alike would later describe a world where music, reputation, and violence were no longer separate lanes. The more notorious the names became, the more attention the music got. The more attention the music got, the more value there was in escalating the mythology. And in that kind of environment, every insult, every death, and every retaliation could be repackaged as content. Then there was the other side. Campus Clappers, or CCK, was not just a single corner or a single clique. Reporting describes CCK as an alliance formed in late 2021 from multiple neighborhood groups, including the Campus, the Clappers, and the Clappers. That matters because it turns the story from a simple one block versus one block narrative into something much wider. Different neighborhoods, different corridors, different rivalries feeding into the same overall war. CCK gave the fuse structure on the other side, just as YBC and its affiliates had structure on theirs. Then there was PSK, the Parkside Killers. That name carries old Philadelphia history. Long before this current indictment, PSK was already part of local culture, immortalized decades ago in Schoolie D's.
The thing I can say about this shit though, it's like when I look at shit like this, these niggas, you know what I'm saying, getting money and all that shit, got music videos, like they just put the energy in a bad shit though. Like you can make the same, like you can have that videos, all that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, put it in a positive light. Put it into clothes and shit like that. Make your own clothing line. Stop using these other platforms. Make your own platform. Once again, make your own platform. All that shit. You got the money. You got the, you know what I'm saying, emotion to do that. You know what I'm saying? All y'all niggas together can make that shit happen. But no, y'all want to use that shit to kill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he did this shit. Oh, that motherfucker talking shit to me. Oh, he got more money than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna kill his ass, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that, like, man, that's that crab in the bucket shit, though.
What PSK meant, but the modern PSK connection in the 2026 case is not about nostalgia. It is about present-day Parkside identities, present-day defendants, and present-day shootings. The old roots give the name cultural weight. The new charges give it present-day fear. Once the structure of the rivalry was in place, the killings began stacking up in a way that would later make the grand jury case feel almost inevitable. On December 5th, 2022, Tajay Brooks was shot on the 4300 block of Parish Street. Police responded at 9:20 that night and found him suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead after being taken to Penn Presbyterian Medical Center. Years later, the public homicide page for Brooks's case was updated to say it had been solved, and the police site noted that 3 individuals had been arrested on March 12, 2026, with case outcomes pending trial. public reporting and the broader indictment ties CCK aligned defendants to the killing. That death carries enormous weight in this story because Brooks was not just another casualty. He represented the earlier version of YBC, the version that still looked like a rat break-all story. His murder became one of the clearest symbols of how completely the scene had transformed. Then on May 16, 2023, another killing hit the board. Kamir Scott was shot on the 600 block of North Preston Street. Police responded around 9:50 that night, found him with multiple gunshot wounds.
Well, they blissed his ass.
Public reporting tied a PSK defendant to Scott's death, which made his killing another important hinge point in the war. At that point, the body count was no longer confined to one side or one lane.
They just sitting in the hood waiting to die, basically.
Names attached to different factions
Instead of trying to elevate,
were starting to pile up. But if there is one location that seems to sit at the center of the map,
look at his ass. Well, he hold that
it is Jefferson Street. That corridor comes up over and over again in the public incident timeline. Late May of 2023 brought multiple shootings around the 5200 block of Jefferson. Then on July 8th, 2023, Sharif King was killed on that same stretch. According to police records, officers responded at 2:04 in the afternoon. Reporting later described how men in a stolen Acura allegedly waited near a corner store for someone who believed matched the description of a rival fire. In other words, this was not random drift violence. It was targeted, patient, and deliberate. Jefferson Street matters because it tells you how the war functioned. The same blocks keep reappearing. The same corridors keep lighting up. It is one thing to say several crews were shooting at each other across Philadelphia. It is another thing entirely to show that the conflict kept circling back to the same places, as if the violence had its own geography. Once you see that, the story changes. It stops looking like noise and starts looking like a system. The public timeline in the indictment also included non-fatal shootings that make the same point. Authorities tied defendants to incidents on North 75th Street, North 13th Street, Wallace Street, Aspen Street,
they just whacking each other.
North Brooklyn Street, North 53rd Street, South 56th Street, West R Street, and Lancaster Avenue. Some of those shootings injured bystanders.
Smoking each other.
One of the victims identified in the public reporting on the September 2022 shooting on North 13th Street was an 8-year-old child grazed in the head. That detail alone tells you how wide the fallout really was. This was not just enemies finding enemies. This was neighborhoods being swallowed by the logic of a feud. Then came one of the most haunting chapters in the entire case. On December 7th, 2023, Sierra Stafford was killed after leaving work near 29th and Clifton. Reporting placed the shooting just after 8:15 at night near McDonald's. What made his death especially disturbing was that public reporting said he was not directly in the feud the way other names in the case were. Instead, prosecutors and reporters said he was allegedly targeted because of his brother's ties. That changes the emotional meaning of the entire story. Once a war starts reaching for brothers, workers, and loosely connected names, it is no longer just a feud between participants. It is a
damn, bro. He was just going to work. He ain't knew what was going on. Once again, man. He just came out to work like, shit, just got off work. Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and enjoy myself. And get whacked. What the fuck?
System of vengeance that begins to spread into anybody standing within range. And the aftermath of Stafford's killing is what made this case especially notorious. According to the Inquirer, YBC members marked Stafford's death through music, social media, and imagery tied to McDonald's. Prosecutors later pointed to that kind of conduct as part of the larger pattern in which killings did not simply end at the crime scene. They were allegedly transformed into online taunts, songs, and branding. That is one of the most disturbing features of this entire case.
You from the time that you're born, right? You have something like 5th Street and 7th Street, where you're involved in this because your dad was involved in it,
Right.
your grandpa was involved in it.
You with it because motherfuckers
There has been a
and your
way to
family involved
monetize
in it.
that.
Damn.
Every song is about specific individuals, right? There is a reason why YBC Duel was called Mr. Disrespectful. He would literally dig up graves of people, or at least purported to, would videotape himself doing that.
Yeah, I did.
And then would
I did see this rap
put it up
video
on social
before.
media. It's not just that it's on YouTube. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. That is how they make their money.
The city was not just
I ain't
dealing
gonna
with
lie, Chad.
shootings.
Shit-
It was
shit
dealing
do
with a
go hard,
culture
though. Shit
in which
do
the
go
dead
hard.
could be turned into recurring punchlines for streams, clout, and psychological warfare. That detail also helps explain why authorities kept emphasizing digital evidence. This was not a case built on one witness and one confession. Prosecutors said they used
These are my
surveillance,
confessions.
ballistics, witness statements, and digital material. And in reporting tied to individual cases, that digital material became even more specific. In the Sharif King case, prosecutors referenced cell site data, surveillance, clothing, and even an Instagram voice memo allegedly discussing the shooting. That is the kind of evidence trail that shows how
Look
the
at all
internet
them
can become part
sliding,
of the prosecutorial
slid,
file
back
in
to
a
back.
drill war. The music and social media presence did not just tell the story afterward. According to authorities, it helped them build the case.
Bro.
Then, on May 18th, 2024, another major killing pushed the case forward. Kadir Cheeks was found shot outside a restaurant on the
Damn.
5400 block of Baltimore Avenue at
Damn.
10:48 that night. The
They got
public
him up
homicide
outta there.
page for Cheeks' case now states it is solved and says a suspect was arrested on February 25th, 2026.
Well, at least they
Reporting
got him.
tied multiple YBC and
They got him this
YFA
shit.
connected defendants to the homicide, and prosecutors allege that a woman helped lure him outside. Whether viewers realize it or not, this killing becomes one of the central bridge points in the story. It connects the running retaliation cycle to conspiracy allegations, to alliances across different groups, and to the broader
Fender
pressure building in the
vehicle.
neighborhood surrounding the feud.
Damn, they got out
By
the
this
car blessing.
stage, the
God
map was
damn.
no longer subtle. Parish Street, Preston Street, Jefferson Street, 29th and Clearfield, Baltimore
Damn.
Avenue, North 13th,
Hey, come on, folks,
North
get back in the car. Hey, wait,
53rd.
they almost left
The
his
feud
ass.
was not sitting still. It was moving through the city.
bro, look.
50 Clearfield,
They almost
Baltimore
left his ass
Avenue,
right here.
North
Look at
13th,
him.
North Brooklyn, 53rd Street.
Oh,
The
bro.
feud was not sitting still. It was moving through the city, but it also kept returning to the same pressure points. Like certain blocks had become magnets for the war. And through all of this, Abdul Vix kept becoming more visible. YBC Duel was the name outsiders knew. He was the one whose music and attitude made him infamous far beyond West Philadelphia. The Inquirer later reported that even Vic seemed to understand what was coming, quoting a lyric where he said he could smell indictments and see them coming.
These bitches covered.
Bro, I
Balls
was
closing
back there
in.
that day, bro. I was back there that day, nigga. I was back there that day. I was back there that day. I was back there that day, bro. You don't even got a block. You don't even. Now you going those T, bro. You a bitch, bro. You don't even got a block,
You was
bro.
a
You
bitch,
don't got a
bro.
block. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block. You don't got a block, King Bull. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block, bro.
After the February 2000,
You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block, bro. You don't got a block. All right, nigga, we know. Okay, shit.
He had been 100% a target of the investigation, but they also made it clear the case was never just about him. That matters because it reframes everything people thought they knew. The public saw a single disrespectful rapper. Authorities say they were looking at a wider architecture of violence, and that wider architecture included names many casual viewers had never heard before. In public reporting, figures like Stephen Weddington and Jamir Burbidge emerged as some of the most important alleged shooters in the entire case. Weddington and Burbidge were publicly tied to the Zia Stafford and Cordia Cheeks killings, and Weddington was also linked in reporting to the Sharif King homicide. These were not the biggest rap celebrities in the story. They were the lower profile names authorities say were central to carrying out the violence. That is one of the reasons the case is so much bigger than a rapper documentary. The most famous face was not necessarily the most operationally important figure in the killings. Other names filled out the structure on both sides.
I'm going to pull up, bro. I'm going to pull up. And any one of my ops could vouch for that. You drop an address and you tell me to pull up right here, I'm going to pull up right here. You're not there, anybody out there, I'm going to blow.
Mark Johnson, known as Yak Yola, and Kwame Hall, known as Mir Pablo, were described in reporting as YBC affiliated rappers with legal exposure tied to.
See, that shit ain't cool, chat. You know what I'm saying? I understand, like, you at war and shit, but you supposed to get the ops. You supposed to get the opposition. Don't get, I'm finna get anybody that's, if you ain't out there, I'm finna spray everybody that's out there. No, nigga, you supposed to get that nigga that you talking shit to, that's on, you on his ass about. You don't get no points for that shit. You don't get no points.
Specific incidents, including the Sheriff King case. On the rival side,
that's
public
foolish.
Reporting tied men such as Anthony Woodson, Ronnie Vincent Quan, and Herman Stagel to Tajay Brooks' killing. Other public names including Marcus Muhammad, Paul Beckwith, Hassan Stafford, Nasir Wells, Hassan Moose, and Tatiana Edwards
complete the fucking
helped
mission.
define the broader cast of the indictment.
Chad, my bad from stopping the, you know what I'm saying, the vid, but I'm saying complete your mission. Get the target. Get the motherfucker that you supposed to hit. Don't get everybody else. Get the motherfucker you supposed to hit.
What makes the case unusual is not just the number of names. It is how many of those names sit at the intersection
I'm just
of
saying,
blocks,
I don't recommend it. I don't condone this shit.
Scenes.
But if you gonna slide on the motherfucker you supposed to get.
On February 25th, 2026, Philadelphia authorities announced the sweeping charges. They said 19 people connected to YBC, CCK, and PSK were being charged. They said the spree covered nearly 24 shootings and produced 5 homicides and 35 total shooting victims, with the youngest victim just 5 years old. They said the charges stem from the work of the 33rd Philadelphia County investigating grand jury. They said the case tied together neighborhoods that most people had been thinking about separately, and they said the proof involved a full modern toolkit of gang investigation, including ballistics, surveillance, witness testimony, and digital evidence. That announcement changed everything about how this story had to be understood, because once the city laid the violence out as one timeline, the pattern became harder to deny. This was not one rapper dying. This was not one revenge hit. This was not even one hood war in the traditional sense. This was a multi-neighborhood alliance conflict that kept revisiting the same corridors, using the internet as both scoreboard and stage, and leaving behind a trail that investigators say had been quietly coming together for years. Then just one day later, the case kept moving. The Inquirer reported that Hamza Curry, described as a YFA member, had been located in Missouri and was expected to be extradited in connection with the Carter Cheeks homicide and an older bystander killing from 2021. That development mattered because it showed the file was still growing. The indictment was not the end of the story. It was a public checkpoint in a larger investigation that still had open ends, unnamed people, and older bodies feeding into the same ecosystem.
Damn.
If you want the deeper exclusive version of the story, that is on my site. That is where I break down the Reddit.
What the hell? Man, I don't know if you want to get into this shit. So we finna get into this other topic about this man killing 7 kids. Oh my God. 7 his kids too.
There's just been a very sad story coming out of Shreveport, Louisiana. where they're saying that
Well,
it's
I
been one
tell
of
you,
the
man.
deadliest mass shootings in America in the past few years. And unfortunately, when I saw the news of this, you know, a bunch of children unfortunately losing their lives to guns.
Gosh,
And, you know, it made you think maybe this had gone on at a school. Thankfully, it didn't go on at a school, but the situation wasn't much better. Apparently, this was the work of a deranged father who had apparently snapped on his own family. And I think it is really, really sad that, you know, sometimes it's the people closest to you. And, you know, unfortunately, look, I'm a man.
He
but
snapped on his
I know a lot
own
of women,
family.
girls are very scared of violence from men. And it unfortunately does be the people closest to you that can unfortunately be in a position
low-key.
to do the most awful things to the vulnerable people around them. So
Low-key.
I'm going to just break down some of the sort of backstory of this mass shooting in this video. I wanted to learn about this and, you know, get to the bottom of this situation and catch up with some of the news. And I want to do that with you guys. But again,
Let's
this is no
get to
disrespect. We're not making light of any of what's going on. But there's a lot of new information about this mass shooting that's come out. And it's just a really, really sad situation across the board, man. So
Yeah, it
let's take a
definitely
look
is,
at some
though.
of the news reporting on what has happened. And then I'll give you some of the backstory on exactly how things unfolded.
Responsible for this mass shooting in Shreveport in a residential neighborhood targeted members of his own family. That man is now dead after a carjacking and police chase. Now police are trying to piece it all together and determine why someone would want to kill 8 children.
Hey,
this is a tragic situation, maybe the worst tragic situation we've ever had.
Authorities in Shreveport called a briefing this morning on a domestic incident from overnight near the crime scene. There were 2 homes. Neighbors were stunned as police revealed that 8 children were found dead, 2 adults survived and were taken to a hospital. Police believed one suspect was responsible for what they called a gruesome scene.
I know that some of the suspect's children resided there. I'm not sure if at one point in time he lived there. We know he had ties to both residences, whether that was romantic relationships or kin. We're working to put all that information together.
The 8 children between the ages of 1 and 14 were found at one of the homes.
8 children have lost their life in this attack, and more details are being provided as to exactly how this shooting actually went down.
So,
good morning to you, Matt. This was the nation's deadliest shooting in more than 2 years. Police say that the gunman shot 10 people, killed those 8 children here in the house directly behind me, then stole a car at gunpoint and led police on a chase. All of this early Sunday morning.
Police say Shamar Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an execution-style shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, early Sunday morning.
When he returned here, he began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the
shot
house
on
where
the
his
face?
children were and shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out of windows to get onto a roof?
Yes, so actually this house right here that you see behind
shit.
us, there's a window right above the garage. They actually climbed out of that window, we believe, and unfortunately one of the children was actually located deceased on the roof. So we are working to determine, we do believe that he shot the child while the child was on the roof trying to get away.
Police say the
Man,
shooter then
this shit
stole a
fucked
vehicle
up.
from a driver
That's
at
fucked
gunpoint
up.
and led officers on a multi-parish chase. When he stopped in a neighborhood and got out with a gun, officers shot and killed him.
We believe there were multiple weapons used here. There is a handgun that was recovered at this scene, and then there was a rifle-style handgun that was recovered on his person.
One of the adults shot was the wife of the shooter. Both women are hospitalized and expected to live. Photos posted to the gunman's Facebook page show him with several children. One posted just 2 weeks ago, captioned, "With all my kids, what a blessed day."
The kids played in the yard every evening.
Fred Montgomery lives directly across the street.
Dude,
He said
got
there were no
tagged,
signs
Chad.
the shooter would do something like this.
Just yesterday evening.
That's what- I guess
he was
that's what it's
sitting on the
saying.
porch, And I waved at him. He waved back. The children were in the yard playing. And I just come in the house. And then this morning, we woke up to all of this.
Damn.
The coroner's office released the names, the
That's
ages of all
fucked
those
up. That's
children.
all I can
5
say is
girls
damn.
and 3 boys,
Like,
as
what
you
the
mentioned, all
fuck,
between the ages
man?
of 3 and 11 years old. Elkins had previously pleaded guilty to a weapons charge. That was back in 2019. Nate, police are still investigating what it was that led up to this incident.
It is such a tragic.
Well, he had a mental break.
look, it's
Like, what
sickening.
the fuck? He had a mental breakdown or something where he lost his job. know what I'm saying? What the fuck happened? Like, how did it get to this state, to this point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
the only silver lining is that this absolute clown was killed by police, and he will be burning in eternal hellfire by the sounds of it. Absolutely despicable way to treat your family. Now, we've actually got the audio here from the 911 call, and this is just all so disturbing. This whole situation is just tragedy. I can't think of a more disgusting and depraved way to just completely fail as a man. I don't have kids. I don't want kids, but if I did have kids, I would be taking care of them. If I accidentally messed around, had kids, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to Black Boy Max out here, but you man up and you take care of your children. The idea that this guy killed 7 of his own children and somebody else's child, just absolutely despicable. So here's a little bit more from the 911 calls to give you some more context.
The female saying there's 9 subjects that live inside the residence, saying he may have shot them all.
Police tell us early Sunday morning, Shamar Elkins shot his wife and another woman they believe was his girlfriend. Both of them are still alive.
They have a female with a gunshot wound to the face, saying the cell and left the scene.
Authorities say he then executed the children in this home.
It is a disgusting and evil scene that our officers experienced.
Yeah, this is just so dark, and it makes you wonder. There's zero justification for this, but you got to wonder what was going on. Sounds like he killed the mother of the children and his own girlfriend.
Well, he tried to kill him.
It's crazy. So there's doorbell footage of him actually running away from the house as well. While this is after this all happened. So I'll play you this. He just comes out here, runs out of the house, and that's when he allegedly carjacked somebody at gunpoint and literally did straight up Grand Theft Auto. So this is the deadliest mass shooting in the United States in 2026, and it's just really sad. It says they say he used a small caliber pistol and a rifle-like handgun that people suspect to be an AR pistol. So sad. What compels you to kill your own child? Your own children. That is absolutely insane. So the police would identify the children that unfortunately lost their lives in this attack too in a news report. I'll show you now.
Liz Joy, we now know the names of the 8 kids shot and killed, and we're also learning that the shooter had ties to the military and was known to police.
Oh.
This is a Facebook image of the Louisiana man law enforcement believe is a cold-blooded killer. Shreveport police identifying him as Shamari Elkins, the alleged gunman who shot and killed 8 kids. At least 7 of them were his own flesh and blood. The coroner released their names, a total of 7 siblings and a cousin ranging in age from 3 to 11. Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, Layla, Markaden, Soraya, Kedarian, and Braylon. Neighbors mourn their deaths at the crime scene.
This is not a freaking joke.
They all gone.
This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps.
Police are still trying to determine what motivated the shooting.
Yeah, man.
So we still don't have the motive at this point. Now, I'm sure it's going to come out at some point. But what's really creepy is just days before the shooting, Elkins, the shooter, he seemed to be in positive spirits about his family.
But he was a military. He was in the military too.
Facebook post about his kids. He posted a photo of his daughter before allegedly killing them. Just hours before he shared a photo of his eldest daughter on Facebook. It said the gunman who allegedly shot dead 8 children in Louisiana Sunday morning had posted a cheerful photograph of his daughter online just hours before carrying out the killings. Shortly before 6 a.m. Central Time, Shamar Elkins, a 31-year-old Army veteran, allegedly carried out the horrific attacks across 3 properties in Shreveport, and at a press conference, the police said the ages of the victims aged from 1 to 12. And on his Facebook page, is that linked? Is that his Facebook? No, that's just a link to the Mirror's Facebook info. Elkins shared a photograph of himself with his eldest daughter as she ate a burger just hours before the devastating bloodshed with the caption, "Lol, took my oldest one on a little one-on-one date, had to catch her down bad, captioned with laughing emojis. It said he also posted a photograph of himself with 7 children a fortnight ago, writing about taking them to church for the Easter service. Happy Easter, had a wonderful time at church for the first time with all my kids. What a blessed day, he wrote on Facebook. However, he also made reference to mental health struggles in a recent Facebook post where he asked God to guard his thoughts. He said, "Dear God, today I ask you to help me guard my mind and my emotions." He said, "When negativity arises, remind me to say it does not belong to me in the name of Jesus," he said. So Yeah, he
was going through a mental
he won't be
thing.
meeting Jesus. He'll be meeting nothing but eternal hellfire, fortunately. But the New York Times would speak to relatives of the suspect to try and get more context on his background and how on earth this could have possibly happened.
That shit
And
crazy.
basically this says, haunted by dark thoughts, Louisiana father kills 8 children. 7 of the 8 children were his own kids. Relatives said the gunman died in a confrontation with the police, was struggling with mental health problems and stressed about his relationship with his wife. It says 8 children were killed and 2 other people gravely wounded in the shooting spree spanning 3 locations and ending with the gunman shot dead. So the gunman, Shamar Elkins, apparently had mental health problems, recently expressing thoughts of hurting himself, and basically we know what happened with the kids. It's very unfortunate. He shot his wife, who was hospitalized, and they said another woman, they were talking about girlfriend. I wonder if that was the case or if it was his wife after all. So he took a car by force. It's unknown if the officers actually killed him or if it was a self-inflicted wound. But the killings have been described as the most tragic situation they've ever had in Shreveport. Relatives of his family were saying they were processing the devastating toll of the killings, and the police still haven't gotten to the bottom of the motive. Relatives described Mr. Elkins as someone who was recently struggling with mental health problems and was stressed about his relationship with his wife, Shaniqua Poo. Earlier this month, he called his mother, Malia Elkins, and his stepfather Marcus, and they said in interviews their son sounded despondent. They said they could hear his children playing in the background. He apparently told them through tears he wanted to take himself out, and he told Mr. Jackson his wife wanted a divorce and he was drowning in dark thoughts. I told him, you can beat stuff, man.
Like that.
I don't care what you're going through, you can beat it. Then I remember him telling me some people don't come back from their demons. He hung up, promising to tell his children, dressed in their Sunday bests, that the grandparents said hello. Miss Elkins said she didn't know exactly what problems her son was having with the wife. They were married in 2024 and he worked for UPS and served in the Army. The Army released a statement saying that he worked in the Louisiana Army National Guard from August 2013 to 2020 as a signal support system specialist and a fire support specialist. He had no deployment and he left the Army as a private. Miss Elkins said she was not extremely close with her son. She had him when she was a teenager struggling with a crack addiction, so he clearly had some issues, and he was raised by a family friend, but she reconnected with her son over a decade ago. She didn't witness the shootings, but basically explained to the news that he'd shot his wife several times, including the head and the stomach, and she's lucky to be alive, really.
Yeah, she's still alive.
They said
That
he saw
shit.
him last weekend. Nothing appeared off with him. I was getting up this morning to make coffee, and I got the call. My babies are gone. That's so sad.
Yeah.
So he had prior convictions, driving while intoxicated in 2016, and illegal use of weapons in 2019. Apparently, according to the police, the March 2019 incident saw an officer witnessing Mr. Elkins pulling a 9mm handgun out of his waistband, shooting at a vehicle 5 times after the driver of the car had pulled a silver handgun on him first. One of the bullets Mr. Elkins shot was found near a school where children were playing outside. Willie Vasher, who used to work with Mr. Elkins at UPS, said his children were friends with Mr. Elkins' children. They all lived in Shreveport since 2025, and he appeared to be a devoted father. The only thing that stuck out to him about Mr. Elkins was he often appeared stressed. He had a bald spot on his head, and he had a tendency to nervously pull out his hair throughout the day. I relate to that. And people noticed that tick. What happened?
Pulling your own hair out. That's where it starts.
His stepfather had unease about her son. They signaled some hope. He shared a prayer on Facebook asking God to guard his emotions. He sent them a photo of his family, and his mother texted him last Tuesday asking how they were, and he said everyone was okay. On Thursday, Miss Elkins texted, "I love you. I'll give my grandson and granddaughters a kiss from Grandma. Thanks so much." And he never replied. On Sunday, Miss Jackson got the first hint something was wrong when the strangers commented on his Facebook post to say that Mr. Elkins was the devil. Miss Elkins took out the phone and read a headline that 8 children, including her grandchildren, were dead. Why, God? She said, crying. Why? It's so sad. Now, there's a few write-ups that Elkins shared on his Facebook page in the days and months leading up to the shooting, which were interesting. So I'll show you those now. So this was Shamar Elkins. Said, hell yeah, I would. And this says, dads matter everywhere. It says, dads, if you could go back in time and have kids with a different woman but still have the same kids, would you do it? And he said, hell yeah, I would. So clearly he wasn't feeling his partner. They're saying the warning signs were there. I knew it was something.
I knew it was the wife. It had to be.
Imagine all these
if it wasn't a job, it's your wife.
Imagine all the rest of these comments warning
that's going to drive you insane.
For real. Men who treat their kids based on how they feel about the mom clearly needed a different dad. I bet the women felt the same. It's just really, really sad. And people saying this is where he told his story. He was crying out for help. There were warning signs, okay?
Yeah, man.
And there were other examples of this circulating too. This was another post that he made. It said, damn right. Posted it said, shout out to every man who's fixing his life alone. No rich relatives, no favors, no dad's money. Even through losses and disrespect, you'll go far in life. People said, yeah, right. You'll go far in life. That's just so sad. They're saying he was a sick dude. Saying straight to the realm of the dead and the babies will be in eternity with the Lord. So very, very sad, boy. God said that it's little babies and their poor mommy who would just want to be with my babies forever. That's so, so sad. Unbelievable comments. Everyone involved be comforted somehow. I'm so sad for their beloved relatives and friends left to somehow get through this horrible tragedy. It is just so sad. So there's one more post that he posted in the lead up to this that had people a little bit suspect, right? This was on April the 9th. He posted up a prayer with the prayer hands emoji. It said, it's Thursday. Dear God, I ask you to help me guard my mind and my emotions when negativity arises. Remind me to say it does not belong to me in the name of Jesus. Help me to remember that there is power in your name and that every force not from you must flee. When depression tries to settle in, when anger rises, when anxiety or panic comes, give me the awareness to recognize what is not from you and the strength to reject it immediately in the name of Jesus. Fill me with your peace, your joy, your clarity, and teach me to replace every negative thought with your truth. Strengthen my mind so I can stand firm and not be overtaken by what I feel. I choose to live in freedom, knowing I am covered, protected, and held by you in Jesus' name. Amen. It says, y'all over here reading messages for him like he's going to see it.
Man, that's one thing. Mental health is a motherfucker, though, Chad. Yeah, you have to keep yourself sane. For real. For being insane. You have to, you know what I'm saying, keep yourself sane. Like, there's so much out here that, you know what I'm saying, that'll fuck your mind up. You know what I'm saying? You just, man, it's tough, man. The mind is the terrible thing to lose. For real, chat. Like, once you lose your mental, it's over with. Like, you lost, you gone, you crashed out.
People are just trying to get to the bottom of this and understand what the hell happened here. He was struggling from mental health struggles. People says you don't need to add to the issues by commenting, but everybody's just trying to get to the bottom of this, and everybody's been giving their opinions on this. This is over on Reddit, where this went super viral and a lot of people shared their thoughts, but it's just really sad. It says 1 in 82 people are a victim of a violent crime in Shreveport compared to 1 in 192 in the state of Louisiana. These are stats that no state should have. So apparently it's an unlivable city with out of control violence. It says he looked like he had a social media presence and made posts about depression and personal struggles. Shared a post asking male followers if they ever wished they chose a different mother for their kids. There's comments flying around that his wife was planning to leave him. His poor wife, he shot her in the head and she survived. Can you imagine waking up to this news? All of your babies gone. The gunman killed 8 children. It is just so, so sad, okay? I don't want to say.
That's another thing. Like, you got to love yourself first to love somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. You have to love yourself. Put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about it is, I look at it like this. Like, if you ain't where you want to be at, if you ain't where you want to be in life, you know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to chase women. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together first. That's what it's about. Getting your shit together first. And then when you get your shit, then that's when, you know what I'm saying, you do all that shit. Because you definitely will drive yourself sane, man. Like I said, man, it's a terrible thing to lose. But we on to something else, though. Oh, no. I had to, you know what I'm saying, get a little deep on y'all. Just a little bit.
A car pulls up, 2 masked suspects jump out, and within seconds, a Baltimore sidewalk turns into a shooting scene. This video breaks down some of the craziest Baltimore surveillance shooting and murder cases released by police. What happened, who was hit, who died, what the footage showed, and what happened afterward.
Man, we finna get into some Baltimore shootings, motherfuckers sliding and gliding, you feel me?
For the full surveillance clips and full case files, go to
we finna skip that shit, though. We definitely finna skip that shit, though.
To the leg. He survived and was taken to the hospital in stable condition. The surveillance footage connected to the case shows a male walking alone down a residential sidewalk. He is wearing a light gray or white hooded sweatshirt, dark pants, and white sneakers. His hood is up. As he walks, he keeps looking around the area. His pace is steady, but his body language stands out because he keeps checking his surroundings. At one point, he reaches toward the front of his
You don't see that light?
pocket
That
area
pole
with
right
his
there
right
with the
hand
camera?
before continuing down the sidewalk. Police later said the investigation led to another 17-year-old
He pulled out a little
suspect.
pocket rocket.
On
That
November
like a little
22nd,
pocket rocket right
that teen
there.
was arrested, taken to Central
Yeah,
Booking,
yeah,
and
little
charged as an
compact,
adult
little
with
pocket
attempted
rocket,
first-degree murder.
yeah.
Key Highway, April 5th, 2026, 2:37 in the morning. 40-year-old Brandon Long Sr. was shot and killed in the 200 block of Key Highway near Federal Hill in
And
the
they
inner
blicked her
harbor.
down?
When officers
Damn,
arrived,
folks.
they found Brandon suffering from a gunshot wound. He was
Oh, they
pronounced
blicked
dead at
his
the
ass
scene.
down.
The surveillance footage shows women walking along the sidewalk near a large building and parking area. One woman appears to be looking down at a phone while walking. Another walks beside her, wearing darker clothing. Days later, police arrested 27-year-old Travion Lemon. Investigators said the shooting came after a dispute. Lemon
His
was
ass look
charged with
crazy,
first-degree
boy.
murder, assault, and handgun violations. West North Avenue, September 26, 2025.
Damn, he just got out the car and started
4:16 in
blasting.
the afternoon.
Broad daylight.
31-year-old Virgil
Hey, he
Lee
got out with him
Howard
like
Jr.
shit. Let
was
me get in
shot
too.
on the 1200 block of
So I can
West
say I
North
did
Avenue.
something.
Police found him suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. He was rushed to the hospital in
Get in,
critical
folks, get in,
condition,
get in, get
but
in.
died the next day. The surveillance footage
Oh,
shows
bro.
a dark-colored sedan pulling up near the curb. Two suspects
Ain't
get out
like he got the
wearing all
J's
black,
on.
with masks covering their faces and bright yellow
He got the
gloves on their
threes.
hands. They moved directly toward Virgil. One suspect
Jordan
grabs him from
threes.
behind while holding a handgun. The second suspect stays close, appearing to watch the area and provide
Hey,
cover
shit, let me
while
get
the
some,
attack
nigga.
unfolds.
Nigga, get out the car like shit. Let me get in this action too, nigga. Let me get in there. Bro.
After the shooting, both suspects run back to the car and the driver pulls away. The attack appears fast, direct, and coordinated.
Hey.
Thorndale Avenue, June 7th, 2025, 2:50 in the morning. 33-year-old Daryl Conway was shot on the 3000 block of Thorndale Avenue. When officers arrived, they found him suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. The surveillance footage released by police shows two individuals walking through the residential area near the scene.
They
One
blessed
is
his
wearing a
ass.
light-colored hooded sweatshirt with the hood up, dark pants, and white sneakers. The second individual is walking nearby in all dark clothing. The footage captures them moving on foot at night, passing a parked vehicle, and later moving through what appears to be an alleyway or
Well,
side
they look
street.
like they on some shit though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Liberty
Yo, just walking past somebody looking, you know what I'm saying, somebody like that, your heart gonna like, damn, you just know they up to some shit, bro.
Heights Avenue, January 21st,
gonna lie.
2022, 1:56 in the morning. This clip is tied to a carjacking that Baltimore homicide detectives later connected to the murder investigation of 20-year-old Kenneth Lawson. On January 22nd, 2022, Kenneth Lawson was found near the 2300 block of Westport Street, close to the entrance ramp for 295 southbound from Westport. He had trauma to the head and was pronounced dead at the scene. The medical examiner later ruled
Shot
his
his
death
taco
a
off.
homicide caused by a gunshot. The carjacking happened the day before at 3905 Liberty Heights Avenue. The surveillance footage focuses on a dark SUV and suspects approaching the driver's side. The suspects move quickly toward the vehicle and the confrontation appears to happen fast. Police did not release every detail about how the carjacking connects to Kenneth Lawson's murder, but the connection makes the footage more than just a stolen vehicle case. It became part of a homicide investigation that started with a young man found dead near Westport.
He smoked his ass, chat. Sent his ass to the gulag.
For this next one, the full
No,
footage
we ain't
can
finna
be
get into
shown
that,
on
though.
YouTube. ReportTV.com in the surveillance description to fight captured on city surveillance cameras near Wilson Street and Brunt Street.
He got a
Police
knife?
later identified one of the men involved as 35-year-old Tavon Newton.
Fuck, you got a
Newton
knife?
survived, but the incident became a shooting investigation
it's a
after
shootout,
officers
nigga. You got a
arrived.
knife, nigga.
Police said Newton was armed with a knife during the incident. When officers got into the area, Newton ran, and the chase moved toward the 1700 block of Pennsylvania Avenue.
Stab his ass. Oh, they all finna jump his ass. He got a knife and shit. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Yeah. Wait. Goddamn trees. Did they kill his ass? What the fuck? And they walking off? Wait, that's him right there, okay. Hey. I'm trying to see what the fuck. Oh, damn.
Stop reaching. Stay down. Stop reaching. You're gonna get shot. Get
I'm running slow as hell. Slow running ass, nigga.
You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. No,
The released police footage shows officers catching up with him in a parking lot. They take him to the ground, but the struggle continues. Newton keeps fighting while officers try to control him and keep his hands away from a black sling bag across his body. Officers repeatedly order him to stop reaching. A taser is deployed. The struggle continues. Police said Newton gained control of an officer's taser during the fight. That is when one officer fired one shot, striking Newton. Newton survived and was taken to the hospital. Police said they recovered a handgun from his sling bag and a knife from the scene. After he was released from the hospital, he was charged with resisting arrest and multiple firearm offenses. And as always, stay blessed and stay well. Yeah, I'm out.
So there's just...
Damn. Well, he survived though. Yeah, what the fuck? Let's check out these crazy IG Live incidents real quick.
These are some of the craziest IG and Facebook Live moments of all time.
Motherfuckers
Starting with a dude
crashing out
from
on
Alabama
IG
named Chris, who
Live.
was driving around the city begging to be shot at since he wanted to see what hood stands on the most business. Because you can hear Chris riding through the first hood, and he lets the live know
Stupid
that they
motherfucker.
just hit him up.
Oh, this car coming in hot. Oh, they Wonderland down. He just shot me out. Look, my window bush. Got holes in my car. Enzo just shot me out, y'all.
After getting shot at by some
Yeah,
dudes
just shot me out,
in the
yeah.
first hood, Chris then lets everyone on the live know that dudes from Inslee actually stand on business. He then calls out the next hood and says it's their turn. Show them they're about it too, or better than Inslee.
He just wanna die.
I think I'm bleeding. He just shot me out. So, they ain't talking about something. They talking about something over here. Let's see what they're talking about.
Let's see what they're talking about. They ain't talking about something. Let's see what they're talking about. Goofy ass.
I don't call police on y'all, bro. Y'all chill. Y'all straight. Y'all ain't got right fast. Chill. Everybody chill. I'm getting out of there. Everybody chill. He just shot me out. Oh, bro, I had a Glock with a 30 in it too, Jim.
Chris keeps letting everyone know that Inslee and Birmingham's actually about it since they hit him. But now he wants Bessemer to take him out, see if they're actually about that life.
He's about that out. Birmingham about that y'all. Hey, who about it? Who ready? Kishan, you ready? It's your time with the 308. I think they were shooting a 9. I think it was a 9 shooter.
Chris then let everyone on the live know he was headed to Shell's gas station in Bessemer so they could go ahead and take him out.
I'm gonna get y'all there. I'm gonna get y'all there. I'm gonna get y'all British to take me out there. Up in the park at Shell. Up in the park at Shell. Y'all gonna race me.
This
Y'all
nigga
one
gonna
shot.
race me.
Them boys' hands and clap me out. But I'm gonna let Belsman. I was born and raised in Belsman, Alabama.
Not too long after pulling up at the gas station, some random dudes pulled up to help Chris out since he was hurting. But seconds later, the camera goes black and you could hear firing in the background.
Come here. Come here. I'm dead. No, you ain't.
Thankfully, Chris ended up making it out of the situation alive, but unfortunately, not too long after this, he ended up losing his life at another gas station in Bessemer, Alabama. Now, let's move on to a man that got caught slipping on live after he just got done robbing someone. The man went on live and started dissing and flexing on the man that he had just robbed since it was one of his ops.
No damn sense, Chad.
It's raw. God, man, I be striking for real. Y'all know what the going on with God, man. Get away though, ain't I just robbed me an African? My Muslim brother.
Seconds later, someone who must have been watching his live and knew his location pulled up and robbed the robber and took everything from him, including the car he was in.
Straight like that. And I got me a key for every week, big. Get away though. Any 50 folks on these.
Yeah, get your ass up out of here. Oh, bro.
But this next man didn't have any problems with his ops on live. Instead, it was the cops. In May 2020, a 21-year-old named Sean Reed was driving down I-65 in Indianapolis when an unmarked cop car saw Reed driving recklessly and almost hit another vehicle. So he began following him and even requested backup inside the vehicle. Sean was on live while driving, and when backup arrived, they ended up getting into a high-speed chase for about 10 minutes. The chase eventually ended when Sean drove into a local business and parked. He attempted to get out and run away, which led to Sean getting tased by the police.
Oh, baby, what's this, Michigan and what? Michigan and what, Ace? I'm finna park this motherfucker on 62nd in Michigan. Somebody come get my stupid.
Yeah, your ass stupid. For sure, your ass stupid, nigga.
Please go get me. I'm on 62nd in Michigan. I just parked this.
That's the most smartest thing you said.
Not long after getting tased, shots can be heard going off in the background from the police. The live stream continued after he was hit, with more than 6,000 people still watching. The video also captures police comments after Sean had been hit, because one officer can be heard saying,
"It's gonna be a closed casket, homie."
He probably was running after him and then tased him and then. I'm saying that's a good thing to shoot at him. That's solid.
One of the detectives eventually notices the phone and ends the live. But the video quickly started going viral on social media, leading to accusations of police brutality. Police claimed that Sean fired first, and they were just protecting themselves. But the comments definitely weren't a good look. The officer who did it was put under investigation, and Sean's mother ended up winning a wrongful death lawsuit for $390,000 in February 2023. But now, let's talk about—
Damn, nigga, that shit. We gotta do it.
GBO Gaston, because he's a LA rapper known for dissing people for clout. After Nipsey passed, he started claiming that it was his body. Gaston originally came up as a gaming YouTuber, but he started going crazy on social media, chasing clout and trying to act hard. He threatened dudes like Crip Mac on IG Live before. And there's even one video that surfaced that shows him blowing at one of his ops.
I don't understand why they try to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with Crip Mac anyway. He only got probably like a disability or something.
While they were on IG Live.
Why the fuck they fuck with him for? He a joke for real.
He's shot in the air and he went.
The dude wasn't fazed by what GBO Gaston did, since he knew Gaston wasn't really about that action. This clip went insanely viral, since no one had ever seen anything like that before on live. But the video only gets crazier, because Gaston isn't the only rapper who got famous from crazy incidents that happened on live. Because Honeycomb Brazy has had multiple incidents on live that could have costed his life. Because in November 2020, Alabama rapper Honeycomb Brazy went to buy a Kobe Bryant jersey from someone in Montgomery, Alabama. And Brazy was chilling in a parked car outside a barbershop with some of his partners, showing off the jersey to everyone on his live. But suddenly, things went left. Then shots started going off.
I had to buy another one, man. We need a big man. Whoever the big man, stop for real and the post for real, come get it, man. Yeah, you gotta be shit like Kobe. We catching that you got it for real, come get it. You got it? Come get it, bitch, out of here.
You gotta fact that.
Dead way.
The screen goes black while more rounds are fired in the background. Thankfully, everyone made it out of this situation safe. Brazy later released the surveillance footage from outside the barbershop to show another angle of what went down. A gray SUV can be seen driving by them before Brazy's friends started ducking down behind the car. And a few days after the incident, Brazy went back on live to explain what happened.
Say bye.
The shooters hit the car up pretty bad, and you would have thought Brazy would have been more cautious before going live after this. But a few months later, he was back in the hood chilling with some of his people. Until out of nowhere, you can see this in the background.
So man, y'all
Wait a minute.
know, y'all know that, man. Yo, D, man, y'all know what's going on, man. I swear to
Damn.
And it doesn't end there with Brazy, because on February 17th, 2021, a man and a lady lost their life while inside their home after someone hit the house up very badly and firebombed it. Firefighters were called to the scene after the fire was started, and other people in the community streamed it on Facebook Live.
They burnt the house up?
Lord have mercy.
They burnt the house up,
Man,
chat?
see about your mama, man. Lord have mercy.
The victims were identified as Tony Lewis,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're the
they
grandparents
did.
of Mobile, Alabama rapper
That's
Honeycomb
Honeycomb,
Brazy. One of the
yeah.
neighbors spoke on the situation as well when the news
I
questioned
remember
them
that
about
shit.
it. And this is what they had to say.
Watching TV and we heard gunshots and actually saw some bullets go across our head, so we
had to get down.
We had to get
down.
and
Damn.
I heard over 100 shots.
He was a father.
Damn,
He helped us
man.
raise our children. My mama and my daddy did not deserve to die like they did.
That's fucked up, Chad.
And we want justice.
That's fucked
Cause
up.
ain't no peace. Ain't no peace in how they left here.
More than a year after the incident, police arrested Darren Southall, Terrence Watkins, Jamarcus Chambers, and another suspect. And all of them were charged with 2 counts of murder and several accounts of shooting into a home. And one of the suspects was also known to be a drug kingpin. And sometimes crazy things can happen on live, even if you're not
That nigga
affiliated with the
died.
streets. One day, a woman from Jacksonville, Florida, was preaching
Think that
on her
nigga
Facebook
died.
Live. And seconds later, you could hear her home getting hit with bullets while she was preaching.
They don't want you to know about it.
Damn. Oh, they got porn at her shit. God damn. Damn,
Thankfully,
fuck.
no one was harmed in this situation. And that isn't the only time something crazy happened to someone on live who had nothing to do with street politics. Because 38-year-old Warsaw Enagar was on live one day disagreeing with some things the Ethiopian government had done since he's from Ethiopia. But while live, some dudes ran up on both sides of the car, demanding him to get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out the car. Get out the car.
How the fuck you lacking, nigga?
Damn, I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I'm not playing with you,
Seconds
bro.
after he got out of
You
the
hear
car,
me?
one of the carjackers got behind the wheel and drove off while the live was still rolling, till he eventually noticed the camera and hit the phone out of the way.
Hey, give me this shit.
Right. Hit this left. Right. Oh, you this is right.
Not too long after this incident, Warsaw spoke about the incident to news reports.
I'm so scared because they have a gun.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
shoot me. They say to get off your car. They take my car.
And police were also able to
Oh,
recover
yeah.
Warsaw's car
Reporting
and get it
yourself
safely back
lacking
to
that
him.
shit.
Taking something from someone or even talking trash always comes with a huge risk because you never know how the person is going to retaliate. And that's what happened in this next clip. There's one gangster who was at the gas station just pumping gas until one of his ops spotted who he was and pressed him since he was talking crazy online.
They caught him. Oh, that ain't who I think it is. That ain't who I think it is.
That's who you think it is. That's who you think it is.
The dude seemed embarrassed since he didn't say anything. But seconds later, the person recording threw a hook and dropped the dude.
You tripping. Drop it.
He went on to drop the dude about 3 times back to back since he claimed that the man shouldn't have been talking crazy to him and his people. And seconds later, he spotted the dude's friend in the car and went up and pressed him as well since he claimed he was also talking crazy.
Who acting crazy? Who acting crazy? That you talking crazy too on. You talking crazy. Pull a gun out if you want to. Pull a gun out if you want to pop your. Pull a gun out. He ain't help his homie. Look, he ain't help his homie. He ain't help his homie.
So Chad, let me get this straight. He say, pull the gun out. Pull the gun out if you want to. Pull the gun out if you want to. So if he would have pulled the motherfucker out if he want to, his ass would have got hit up. All that type of shit. Your ass probably would have been dead, nigga. Like, you talking about pull a gun out if you want to, nigga. I don't think you would have pulled that bitch out fast enough if you had. I don't think you had a gun on you, nigga.
He's a bitch. I got him.
And sometimes it's just best to keep things off the internet and not to go live. Because this next man wasn't so lucky and ended up getting busted seconds after bragging about a shooting he had just committed on live. The dude had just popped someone and went on live seconds after the shooting to let everyone know about it while riding in the car with someone. The dude was obviously feeling himself after the shooting, since he let everyone know how many times he hit his target.
You hit him? Yeah, I hit the 4 times. Oh, God.
4 times? Oh, God.
I ain't got time to be talking, bro.
Bruh, I hit that nigga 4 times. Fuck's you talking about?
He then went on to let everyone know that the shooting was going to make the news later that night, since he put the dude in the hospital.
I don't know I'm gonna shoot this. I'm God, I hit.
He happy he shot a nigga 4 times, chat.
Keep running for.
You happy because you accomplished that shit.
Pissed off, bro.
Get a job, nigga.
God, make the news, make the god hood.
Can't get a job
tonight.
But you a felon. Fucked up. See?
Put his in the hospital.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Chad. Like, you do all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying, as a shorty, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers start out shorties, you know what I'm saying, jumping out the porch, doing all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Shooting, all that. And then, if you trying to change your life, it's kind of too late because you a felon. You can't get a job. Like, you done fucked yourself up now. So then what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You can't really do too much. That's what I'm saying. Like,
police pulled up on the dude, and this happened.
I don't mind. And they turn around, I'm out on foot. That turn around, nigga. Get out my face. I'm my mama. Get out! Get out! Go.
Keep getting up out of there, Shaq. Keep getting up out of there. He running well. He gonna live running. Oh, shit.
Hey.
Yeah, this nigga stupid. That nigga on live running.
It seems like they must have been watching it live without him knowing. And that's how they quickly found out where he was. But it ain't always the dudes who have crazy things go down on live either. Because one day, this girl decided to take the police on a high-speed chase to try and get clout.
These motherfuckers trying to get clout on a high speed. Bro.
She said,
the girls weren't even getting anywhere with the chase, and they instantly knew it was a bad idea. They quickly folded once the cops caught up with them.
What happened? Why y'all fold?
And that ain't the only time something crazy happened to some girls while on live, because a group of girls were on Facebook Live arguing with some of their ops.
I hate people beat to stop a fight. What the they gonna do?
See, look, some motherfuckers keeping up on you though. You ain't even paying attention.
And I guess they weren't prepared for what happened next, because one of the people they were arguing with came up to them and sprayed bear mace in the car.
Damn,
to get at them.
Stupid ass.
I wanted them to rock the
stupid ass. Lacking.
It seems best not even using live if you know you have ops, since it almost automatically gives them your location if they're familiar with the area. Because Chicago rapper Spider D went viral for a situation he had while on IG Live. Back in May 2020, he was outside talking about some new music he planned to drop. But out of nowhere, he changed the topic and started talking about his ops. Seconds later, you could hear a car pull up and someone hit at him.
They got a fucking at his ass, Chad.
They know, hey, you know what they say about with the hoodie on in the summertime on BD. He ain't out here trying to play. BD in.
He trying to die out here. That's what he's trying to do, nigga.
According to internet rumors, Spider D had dissed someone named G-Ski from a GD set, because there's even videos of the two beefing with each other on Instagram Live.
Break it down to beef and what beef. Folks what them beef don't know you. Folks them don't know you. Both of them don't know.
Thankfully, Spider wasn't harmed in the situation, but Chicago is a wild city with one of the highest murder rates in the country. And things have got so bad that back in 2017, a 20-year-old pregnant woman was driving around the west side of Chicago. Her boyfriend was in the passenger seat while the nephew was in the back seat. The woman was on Facebook Live listening to music while driving around the city when suddenly a fire erupted. The woman can be heard yelling while at least 12 shots can be heard off camera. The woman eventually gets out of the car and runs to get help from a nearby house. She can be heard telling witnesses to call 911. Thankfully, the woman survived. But unfortunately, her boyfriend and the nephew passed away. The man was identified as Lazeric Collins and was believed to be the target of the shooting. The woman told police that another car blocked her way as she was driving down an alley. And that's when a dude got out of the car and started firing. So, it sounds like an attack that was linked to gang violence. And that isn't the only time something crazy has happened on a live in Chicago. On March 31st, 2016, a man named Brian Fields was hit while standing outside a gas station in Chicago. At the time of the incident, he was looking down at the cell phone or recording himself on Facebook Live. Just before the shooting, he could be heard telling the camera, "They said they heard I was up here, so they had to open the store back up for the kids. And I need somewhere to duck and hide for cover."
Heard I was up here, so they had to open the store back up for the kids. I need somewhere to duck and hide for cover.
Minutes later, shots can be heard, and the suspect is briefly shown on camera. Brian was hit multiple times, including at least once in the face. Brian was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and thankfully, he pulled through. The shooter wasn't arrested, but police believe that it was gang-related. But not long after pulling through, Brian's enemies came back and took his life a few months later, because Brian lost his life while sitting in a white two-door vehicle in the 1900 block of West Garfield Boulevard. Now, let's move on to a dude from Alabama named Huncho Denell, who was on live arguing with some of his
They like, hold on, we ain't finished yet. Let's spin a block, man. Oh, bro.
Ops one day since they fell out with each other.
You going live got me for? Man, I said you ain't gang. You ain't gang. You ain't hanging around me and Shannon and Ray Ray and Kendrick. Wait. Oh, mom. I'm on through the land. I'm a dump. Oh.
Huncho eventually sees his ops ride by, so he drops the phone and they get into a quick standoff.
On Facebook, I ain't beefing with no.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I ain't beefing with no. I ain't beefing with the North Side.
So she did?
No more. I ain't beefing with Love because of these niggas. I ain't beefing.
Oh man, what fuck my life is when I like that, man.
He then tells them to drive by again since he was ready for whatever. It seems like the dude he was beefing with must have been watching his live, because literally, like 3 seconds later, they hit the block again. More shots can be heard before he runs into the house and ends the live.
Oh no, right. Spin back through. I ain't playing with none of y'all. Wait. Hit record. The shoot. Man, shoot while they.
Where your pipe at, nigga? Damn.
But Huncho isn't the only one who went crazy on live when seeing his ops, because this next dude did the same. Because one day, Freshie and his friends were chilling on the block, dancing and listening to some music while on IG Live, until one of the men noticed someone unusual pass by them. Once they noticed who it was, Freshie and his boys instantly started trying to chase the dude down.
No. That's Quay. Yo, we on it. What about butt?
Look at it.
What about butt? Okay.
Fierce. Boy, his ass hawking, bro.
I know you say your boy. Quay. We had caught you, boy. Quay.
Yeah, that shit fun to him.
Quay.
The dude named Quay that they were chasing was too quick and ended up getting away since he was riding a dirt bike. But not long after this incident, Freshie and some of his homies ended up catching the dude named Quay once again, but this time while he was at work.
What?
They got the nigga at work. God damn it.
What, Quay?
And that's why you always have to be careful when going live,
they got the nigga
especially
at
when
work.
you're in the streets, since you never know who's watching. One night, Bugatti was live on Instagram, chilling in his car and talking to fans, until someone off camera approached Bugatti's car, telling him he needed to move the car since he was in front of his house. And eventually, they started arguing, and things got so bad that the guy tried robbing him.
Ain't you that rapper?
Yeah, what's up? Man, I heard you got them features going for sale.
Where your pipe at, man? Damn, at least get a gun. Shit. Defend yourself, shit.
What you on, fam? Man, what this bro? Spanish shit, you hear me? I'm just trying to make sure everything's good.
No one could tell what was going on, but you could hear them tussling in the background before shots started going off and before someone hit the live. And it's not clear Bugatti got hit, but he's still dropping music and doing interviews. So if he got hit up, he kept it on the low and made a full recovery.
Let's call. Where y'all going at?
Where y'all going?
They punched his ass right there.
And this next dude had a similar situation happen to him, but it seems like he got off on the robber. In the video, a man can be seen with a large stack of money, showing it off to the camera. He also keeps dissing some of his ops, claiming they aren't getting money like him.
Ain't none of y'all get no money.
Ain't none of y'all get no money, Chad.
Know exactly who I'm talking about. Call my phone, man, what's up, all that.
He then goes on to claim he made all that in 10 minutes just from trapping. He also let the viewers know that he lost a few racks yesterday while shooting dice.
Get 10 minutes, he ain't finna bust another play. On God. On
He
my
ain't finna
life,
bust
on
another
Jesus.
play.
Finna bust another play.
He finna bust another play. Bro, he ain't bro from
Taking no
Snoop.
trips nowhere, none of that. Busting plays.
Finna bust another play.
2 bands yesterday.
The dude keeps talking trash to the camera for a few minutes while flexing the money. Then, out of nowhere, things went left because this happened.
Yes. Bro, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
The camera then goes black for a minute and shots can be heard going off in the background. Seems like the
something
dude
to the
recording
gulag.
is the one firing. The camera then comes back into focus and the man can be heard yelling, "What the? How you delete this?"
How the you delete this, bro? How the you get out this? Man.
Seems like the dude got as far
So
away from the
weird.
scene as possible. But unfortunately, the man in the next clip never left the scene and things ended bad. Because a father of 4 goes live on Facebook begging for help during a construction fire. The man lets everyone on live know his location and says that he can't get out.
Yo.
Damn.
I'm at South Park right now. At work. The building on fire. And I can't get out.
Boy, you better figure that shit out, nigga. What you talking about?
It's getting harder and harder for them to see us.
You got me fucked up. I'm gonna try to figure some shit out, goddamn.
The building on fire. I'm trapped inside, me and my man.
After a while, the man starts screaming for help since no one was coming and the smoke was heavy.
How the fuck you get in? That's how you get the fuck out.
So no one
bro.
couldn't really see him.
Yo, this building is on fire. I'm at work. Somebody send help.
Unfortunately, the man passed away in the fire, and his mother was watching his final moments play out since she was watching his Facebook Live.
Just from the live and the way the room filled up with smoke, I didn't see it being any
In this next clip, a 19-year-old man from Memphis named Zeke Huncho. On September 7th, 2022, Zeke randomly started driving around Memphis, firing at random people while streaming it on Facebook Live.
I don't wag on camera. I pull up and do this. I don't do what them say. No faking. No faking. You hear me? This real. On my mama, Kate, how you think I'm playing? Kate, I'm for sure real. This real. Get it.
Zeke was riding around the city, crashing out, and doing this to almost any random person he had seen while on live. Zeke ended up hitting 4 people, and all of them passed away. Another 3 were hit, but survived, and an 8th victim was carjacked and thankfully uninjured. Memphis police ended up putting out an alert warning everyone in the city about Zeke that said, "Be on the lookout for a male black occupying a blue or silver
Just
sedan,
going around
possibly an
killing
Infiniti
people
or
and
Nissan,
shit?
who
What
is
the
responsible
fuck,
for
bro?
multiple shootings. We are getting reports that he is recording his actions on Facebook. We do not have a specific location of where he is now. If you have any information of his whereabouts, call 911 immediately." Long after the statement, police ended up catching Zeke after he crashed a Dodge Challenger that he carjacked from someone near Ivan in Hodges Road.
Got him.
Got his ass.
Ooh, girl, they got him. I got the best seat in my house, and you do too. I told you, America.
Chad, they got him.
Oh,
They finally got the motherfucker.
All kind of destruction and things.
They got him,
Zeke is
Chad.
facing a long list of charges,
And
including
he's
3
smiling.
counts of first-degree murder, reckless endangerment,
Oh,
and the commission of an act
yeah.
of terrorism. But Zeke isn't the only one from Memphis who has something crazy happen live. A young Memphis rapper named PSO Emmett was attending a funeral for his friend Jamarco Smith, another teen from Memphis who passed. On the way to the funeral, Emmett's cousin, PSO Dede, went live on IG, which showed them walking with a group down the road to the church where the funeral was being held. Towards the end of the live, Dede and the dudes started taunting their ops, telling them they ain't on nothing and never did anything to
Y'all
them.
ain't on shit,
Never
nigga.
been on good. Been on.
Oh,
I ain't never
see?
hit the slings out our way. On God. On God. talking. I bet you don't make it off.
Not long after all the dissing, a group of shooters pulled up in a black Jeep and started letting off shots, hitting both Emmett and his cousin David. David was rushed to the hospital, but Emmett was pronounced dead on the scene. And even though P.S. Emmett was known for showing guns in his music videos and rapping about the streets, his mother told the news that he was just a normal kid who worked at Wendy's, went to school, and worked on his music. Emmett's father also felt the same way.
I'm trying not to break down on this camera because I want my miss the church.
See? Look, man, see, that's what happens, man. You gonna laugh and shit, ton your guys and shit. Like, fuck the ops and shit like that. Bro, you know you ain't with that shit for real. You work at Wendy's, nigga. You ain't with that shit for real. What the fuck is you doing?
I want my son's killed.
What you doing?
Brought to justice.
A 22-year-old named David Lee was later arrested in connection with the shooting, and he is being charged with first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Police also arrested Rico Lee, another person who had something to do with the shooting. And if you enjoyed the video, click this other video on the screen. Trust me, you'll enjoy it too.
I'm supposed to be crashing out, man.
The camera catches him walking through the Christmas crowd. Purple hoodie, gray jacket. 10 seconds later, he pulls out a gun and shoots.
We're finna get into the shooters in Chicago. Let's get into it.
A 14-year-old boy dead. The footage is crystal clear. His face, his clothes, every step he took, but he's still out there. 9 murders, all caught on camera. Faces captured, movements tracked, and most of these killers still free. This is CCTV homicides.
This mission was unsuccessful.
November 21st, 2025. Downtown Chicago. Picture this. Millennium Park is glowing. The Christmas tree lighting ceremony just wrapped up, and the loop is packed with families, teenagers, people celebrating the start of the holiday season. The air smells like hot chocolate and roasted chestnuts. Everyone's smiling, but someone in that crowd isn't celebrating. 10:40 p.m. The 100 block of South Dearborn Street. CCTV cameras pick up a figure weaving through the crowd. Purple hoodie, gray jacket, sweatpants. He's moving with purpose, cold, calculated. This isn't random. He knows exactly where he's going. The surveillance footage captures what happens next in horrifying detail. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a gun, and opens fire into a group of people standing just feet away. The muzzle flashes light up the screen. Armani Floyd, just 14 years old, is hit multiple times. He drops to the pavement as the crowd erupts into chaos. People screaming, running, diving for cover, parents grabbing their kids. Armani is rushed to Northwestern Hospital, but the damage is catastrophic. This child, who should have been thinking about what to get for Christmas, doesn't make it through the night. 14 years old. Think about that for a second. 14. But Armani wasn't the only victim. An 18-year-old man is shot in the leg during the same attack. He survives, but he'll carry the physical and mental scars forever. And here's the thing, this wasn't even the only shooting that night. Less than an hour earlier, near the Chicago Theater on North State Street, another volley of gunfire tears through a crowd of teenagers. 7 more kids caught in the crossfire, some as young as 13. Leg wounds, stomach injuries, shattered hips. They're scattered between Lurie Children's Hospital and Stroger Hospital. Multiple crime scenes, multiple victims, one devastating night. The man in the purple hoodie, he's still out there. Police released the footage, freezing his image for the world to see. He's a person of interest, a shadow in the loop. But so far, no name, no arrest. The city lights of Millennium Park were the last thing Armani Floyd ever saw.
Nigga with the purple hoodie, chat. And then he got the bright ass colors on. What the fuck? He got the bright ass colors on, just point that bitch out. Everybody see that's him. That's him. That's him.
November 8th, 2025, Little Village, Chicago. It's 5:45 p.m. on a Saturday, rush hour. The 3800 block of West 26th Street is busy. People heading home from work, families out shopping. Just another evening in the neighborhood. Then a man walks toward a local jewelry store. He's wearing a Blackhawks hoodie and a mask. Within 30 seconds, everything goes wrong. CCTV footage from a nearby business captures the moment he bursts out of the store, clutching stolen merchandise. But he's not alone. 2 men, employees of the shop, chase him into the street. A 63-year-old and a 25-year-old, father and son. Uncle and nephew? We don't know. What we do know is they refuse to let this thief get away. The chase spills into traffic near the corner of Springfield Avenue. Cars swerve, horns blare. Then the struggle. The suspect reaches for his waistband, pulls out a gun, and fires at point-blank range. Both men drop to the pavement. The 63-year-old is hit in the face, head, and body. The 25-year-old's torso is riddled with bullets. The shooter doesn't look back, just jumps into a white SUV and speeds away southbound on Springfield. Both victims are rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition, but they don't make it. 2 generations of a family business gone in 30 seconds, all for a handful of jewelry. The white SUV disappears into the Chicago grid. The man in the Blackhawks hoodie becomes another ghost on surveillance tape. Detectives spent the entire night under streetlights, gathering evidence from dozens of cameras, but there's still no suspect, no arrest, just 2 empty chairs at someone's dinner table.
What the hell? That nigga running all the way down the street and shit.
May 15th, 2025, Chatham, Chicago, 1:13 a.m. The 7800 block of South Eberhart Avenue. A group of women are arguing on the sidewalk, voices raised, tension building. It's the kind of heated argument that happens every night in cities across America.
Always be some
Usually
shit right
it ends
there,
with
though.
people walking away angry, maybe blocking each other on social media. But not this time. A man approaches the group. He doesn't try to break up the argument. He doesn't say a word. He just pulls out a gun and fires twice, directly at Melina Brown's face. 20 years old, shot in the face at close range. The group scatters as the shooters vanish into the shadows of Greater Grand Crossing. Melina is rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center, but there's no miracle waiting for her there. A bullet to the face leaves no room for hope. She's pronounced dead. Another young life extinguished over a street-side quarrel that should have ended with words. But here's where the surveillance footage becomes crucial. Detectives track the suspect's movements through the neighborhood. CCTV from a Harold's Chicken near 79th and Cottage Grove catches 2 figures on camera. One man in a dark New Balance hoodie with multicolored gym shoes. Next to him, someone with long red hair, carrying a light-colored purse. They look like anyone else walking the south side at night. Casual, calm, like they didn't just take someone's daughter away forever. The footage shows them standing outside.
I'm saying, why the fuck they walking out at night like that? They 2 little girls walk. Well, they. I don't know how old they is. 18, probably. What the fuck they walking out at night for though? Shit, what the fuck?
As if the blood on Eberhart Avenue never happened. Melina Brown was only 20. Her family is left with a void that can never be filled. And police, they're left with grainy recordings and unanswered questions. No suspects in custody. No justice for Melina.
The fuck? Y'all ass supposed to be in the house, put up somewhere, man. Some shit. Y'all ain't supposed to be outside. Fuck y'all doing out here?
June 2nd, 2025, South Shore, Chicago, just before 1:30 a.m. on the 7800 block of South Merrill Avenue. The early morning quiet is broken by raised voices. 2 men locked in an argument that words can't settle. Then, the crack of gunfire. Multiple rounds echo across front yards. When police arrive minutes later, they find Alonzo Smith, 56 years old, lying unresponsive in the grass. 1 gunshot to the head, another to the hand. The shooter already gone, swallowed by the dark streets of the south side. Alonzo doesn't make it to a hospital. He's pronounced dead right there on the scene. 56 years of life, decades of experiences, relationships, memories, ended on a patch of concrete and grass in a matter of seconds. Police scour the area for surveillance footage and release photos of the man they're looking for. A shadow captured by a lens just before or after the trigger was pulled. But the image raises more questions than it answers. What was the argument about? Money? Respect? An old grudge? We may never know. The motive remains as cold as the pavement where Alonzo died. Another family left to pick up the pieces. Another case file gathering dust. No arrests. The suspect remains at large. October 1st, 2024, uptown Chicago. It's just after 7:30 p.m. on the 900 block of West Eastwood Avenue. The evening commute is winding down when gunfire erupts across North Side streets. Kevin Bills, 57 years old from Flossmoor, is caught in the line of fire. A single bullet tears into his leg. At first it doesn't seem fatal, just a leg wound, right? But the bullet severed something critical. The damage runs deep. Kevin is rushed to the hospital fighting for his life. By the end of the night, he's pronounced dead. For nearly 4 months, the case sits cold. No leads, no names, no movement. Just another unsolved homicide in a city with too many of them. But then detectives reveal what the camera saw that night.
Real
CCTV
shit, man.
footage captures a
motherfuckers be getting killed and shit, and all the murders don't be getting solved. It be unsolved. That's the fucked up part in Chicago. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of murders that be happening, a lot of all these killings don't be getting solved for real. Motherfuckers just go and kill your ass, and the police ain't gonna even trip. Bro, that's just how it is in Chicago.
Woman, a person of interest, moving through the neighborhood. She's wearing a green sweatshirt, caught in a series of clips navigating the streets and alleys of Uptown. She walks with purpose, like she knows exactly where she's going. Who is she? Why was she there? What role did she play in Kevin's death? Police released a video to the public, hoping someone recognizes the walk, the clothes, or the face. But surveillance footage can only tell you so much. The screen remains the only witness. 57 years of life ended on an uptown sidewalk. No suspects in custody. Area 3 detectives are still searching for answers.
We need answers. Damn. She looking back and shit. She knows like she feels something going on. Bro. She looking back like, gee. You know, Chad, you know, she look, what the fuck she going in the alley for though? What type of shit is, see? What the fuck you going in the alley for?
November 20th, 2024, near West Side, Chicago, 10:45 a.m. Broad daylight, a red sedan drives northbound through the 2,400 block of South Oakley Boulevard. Inside, a family is just moving through the city, running errands, living their lives. They have no idea they're being followed. A blue 4-door Dodge Charger trails behind them, windows down, and then it pulls alongside. What happens next is captured on surveillance cameras, and it's nightmare fuel. Gun barrels emerge from the Charger's windows. A hail of bullets tears into the red sedan. Glass explodes, metal shreds. One victim is hit multiple times, the life leaving them before the car even starts rolling. But the absolute horror, the thing that makes this case stand out, even in a city hardened by violence, is what happens in the back seat. A 7-month-old infant is caught in the crossfire. A baby, not even a year old, shot in a Chicago street in the middle of the morning. The blue Charger doesn't wait to see the damage. It roars away, disappearing into the concrete maze of the city. One person dead, an infant wounded, and a motive that remains a complete mystery. Police have combed through the neighborhood's surveillance networks and pulled the image of that blue Dodge Charger into the light. They have the car on camera. They have the footage of the shooting, but they don't have a name. In a city that's seen it all, the shooting of a 7-month-old baby leaves a stain that won't.
See, you don't get no kudos for that. No points, man. I'm just saying I don't condone the killing and shit. I'm just saying, like I said, if you know what I'm saying, if you sliding, get the target. You know what I'm saying? You can't hit nothing else. You got to get that target. And if you hit something else, you felt the mission. That's just how it goes. You felt that shit.
No suspects in custody. The shooter is still out there, somewhere behind the wheel of that blue Charger.
That shit crazy. You killing innocent. Man.
November 29th, 2022, Little Village, Chicago, 1:13 a.m. on a quiet Tuesday morning. The 3400 block of West 30th Street is silent until a single gunshot shatters the night. Police arrive to find a 30-year-old man collapsed on the sidewalk, a gunshot wound to the face. He's rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital, but the damage is absolute. He's pronounced dead shortly after. Another statistic in a neighborhood that's seen too much blood. For years, the shooters remained shadows, but the cameras, they caught everything. Two men believed to be between 18 and 25 years old, moving through the area with calculated ease. Suspect 1, black hoodie with a Bass Pro Shops logo, face hidden behind a blue mask and black glasses. Later, he changes his look, bright orange hoodie, blue jeans, trying to blend into the city. Suspect 2 keeps it simple, all black clothing, white tennis shoes. Two young men barely into adulthood, leaving a 30-year-old dead on a cold sidewalk. No motive, no warning, just a life taken in the dark. The investigation has stretched across 2 years now. The images have been enhanced, the clips rewatched hundreds of times, but the trail remains cold. Area 4 detectives are still waiting for the call that puts...
Chad, like I said, in Chicago, you can get away with murder here. I'm trying to tell you, Chad, you can literally get away with murder. Like, police is not, 12 is not finna look for your ass, man. At least that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God.
The name to the faces on the screen. 2 suspects, 2 years of silence, no arrests.
That shit crazy. Like we spend our, you know what I'm saying, they take our tax monies on all this shit. They don't.
November 13th, 2022, you know West Town.
Like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, what? Our tax money go, you know what I'm saying, to them and shit like that, and they still don't do shit here. Like, it's crazy, man. It's fucked up how we gotta live over here, like in this city, like, man.
Chicago, 10:47 p.m. A white tow truck moves westbound on the 1900 block.
My fault for stopping the video. Like, man, even when I was in high school, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I then I had PTSD. Shit, motherfuckers dying around me and shit. Real talk. Motherfuckers I graduated died and shit. I'm like, damn. And that summer, hot as hell. That summer, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, I graduated, but motherfuckers around, you know what I'm saying, that I graduated with died. Some of them died. I'm like, damn. It just, and that 2012, I think that was like, 2012, 2013. Yeah, 2013. Motherfuckers, like, that summer right there, I really had PTSD. For real, like, that shit was crazy, Chad. I ain't gonna lie.
Fulton Street, just a driver out doing his job, navigating the late night streets of the near west side. Then a gray 2-door Dodge Challenger pulls into frame. It's not just passing through. As the Challenger draws level with the tow truck, gunfire erupts from inside the vehicle. The driver of the tow truck is hit while still behind the wheel. The truck loses control. The driver slumps over, killed instantly by a shooter who never even stepped out of their car. The Challenger roars away, leaving the white tow truck idling in the middle of the street. A crime scene marked by shattered glass and spent shell casings. Why target a tow truck driver in the middle of his shift? Was it a case of mistaken identity? Road rage taken to its deadliest extreme, a targeted hit. Police have released the surveillance footage focusing on that gray Dodge Challenger. It's a distinct car, a high-performance machine used for a low act of murder. Investigators have been tracing its path through the city's camera network, looking for a license plate, a driver, any clue. But even years later, the questions remain. The streets of West Town hold the secret. The camera holds the image of the car, but the identity of the shooter remains a blank space in the file. No suspects, no arrests, just a gray Challenger disappearing into the Chicago night.
Real talk. Motherfuckers slide on you instantly. 12 will not look for your ass. 4 years later, shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. No investigations. Just crickets. I know how the shit go. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed it. Real talk. I'm not playing. Put this on everything. I already know how this shit go. Then it's like the system's so fucked up, you know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing. And then it's like you mad as hell because they don't at least arrest the motherfucker that killed the victim and shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to go slide your damn self. You want to, you know what I'm saying, take it upon yourself to go slide and shit. It's because 12 don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the other case that's how it be too in Chicago. Real talk.
November the 27th, 2024, Lincoln Park, Chicago. It's nearly 4 p.m. on busy Clark Street, one of the city's most active corridors. Sidewalks are packed with people. Alexander Nesteruk, 34 years old, begins exhibiting what witnesses describe as erratic and dangerous behavior. He starts an argument with a group of people near Arlington Place. Within seconds, the tension explodes. Nesteruk reportedly lunges at one of the men, physically attacking him. But the confrontation takes a lethal turn. One man reaches into his clothes, pulls out a handgun, and fires. A single shot tears through Nesteruk's chest. The shooter doesn't stay to explain. CCTV footage captures him, dressed head to toe in black, fleeing south of on Clark Street on foot, disappearing into the late afternoon crowd. Nesteruk is rushed to Advocate, Illinois Masonic Medical Center in critical condition. For 5 days, he clings to life, but on Monday afternoon, he's pronounced dead. The police released the surveillance images showing the man in black walking calmly through the street just before the chaos. He looks like anyone else, just another person in the crowd. Here's the complication. The shooter claims self-defense, says Nesteruk attacked first, but he fled the scene, which raises questions. If it was truly self-defense, why run? It started as a street-side dispute. It ended as a homicide. Detectives are now tasked with finding a gunman who disappeared into one of Chicago's busiest neighborhoods. The man in black remains unidentified. The full truth is buried in an...
Man, I don't know. If I was the detective, I'd be like, nigga, first off, you know what I'm saying? You just got a hoodie on. Why you ain't got no shirt on, nigga? You just got a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? That's suspicious right there. I don't know. That's how I probably would have been.
Argument that went too far. No suspects in custody. The search continues in the heart of the North Side. Nine cases, 9 lives stolen, hundreds of hours of surveillance footage. The camera saw everything, the shooters, the victims, the exact moments when everything went wrong. In some cases, police have crystal clear images of the suspects. In others, they've tracked their movements through entire neighborhoods. But here's the haunting reality. Many of these killers are still out there, walking the same streets, shopping at the same stores, maybe even watching this video right now. If you recognize anyone from these cases, a face, a walk,
hey, that's how it is in Chicago. Real talk. He ain't never lying. Friends. Motherfucker that you talk to every day. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. Real talk.
He's been the same since he's seen the other 3 die. It's on 2-3 high.
We finna get into the rappers dissing.
Say you goodbye.
IG
Give
Live.
that boy the business,
Let's
like
go.
a suit and a bow tie. Like them boys block up, like the 4th of July. They got caught lacking. The whole world want to know why. Went out to eat on his birthday, 4 shot, 3 dead in the worst way. He kept dissing on me. Now we smoking 23.
Taking it further, Foolio drops list of dead ops, naming names.
Let's talk about dead ops. I got a list. Name one by one. They all got blitzed. I need y'all to listen and pay attention. I'm tired of the acting. I'm tired of the games. 5 got hit in the head. He tried to swim at the pool. Big Baby got caught in the morning at the bus. Was going to school. Guana died in the suburbs. Remember that? It hit the news. Top got hit in his top. Damn. He should have had a tool. Casosa. That boy was a fighter, but he got lit like a lighter.
The streets responded quick. After surviving 100 shots outside a studio, Foolio went.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44
live to taunt his opponents.
400 shots though. You know they sick right now. Whoever did it, they sick. One is one. 2 choppers, 1 me. I'm blowing back. I'm trading. They must have thought I was lacking for sure.
Later, he caught another attempt at a gas station that left him with a foot injury.
Whole clip on my dad to stop playing with me, and I didn't get hit. I got ready to leg. Stop playing. I'm trading.
I would have been left. I'm trying to tell y'all, Chad, I would have been left.
The final chapter came down on his birthday in Tampa.
If I would have got hit that first time, man, nigga, I'm leaving Chicago. I'm gone. God damn it. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't got time to get hit again. Shit.
Cops catch him at a Holiday Inn after his party got shut down.
They got up out of there.
The aftermath sparked more violence, with Young and Ace seemingly addressing the situation in tracks like Do It.
Every car I'm in, these just tinted. Stolen in rentals with choppers and killers in it. Catch his ass and do his ass. You know he finished. Flip his ass and slap his ass. We stand on business.
On your ass.
All my niggas get active. Jump in a car. We out in traffic.
And game over.
5 in the morning, I got a call. What is this? Dead on the floor. Dead on arrival, Mr. 6. I'm steady screaming out, the law and the 6. Car and one of them dead. 3 got hit. I told them because they don't want no war with this shit.
Foolio's story shows how rap beef in Jacksonville isn't about just music. We got street politics taking deadly turns real quick. But if catching shots was wild, wait until you see how this next industry exec ended up crying on camera 20 years after starting trouble. Sometimes throwing shade comes right back to bite you, and nobody learned that harder than Benzino. Back in 2002, while running The Source magazine, Benzino tried to play M by hitting the Eminem show with a 4.5 rating. But this small flex turned into a whole mess when Benzino stepped into the booth and dropped Pull Your Skirt Up in 2003.
Let me start from the beginning. You ain't repping the streets. You from the outskirts of Detroit, where is me. I'm gonna pull your skirt up, expose your true sex, antagonize your label till I get my respect.
M claps back with straight heat on Haley's revenge, and honestly, it wasn't even fair.
And Benzino, you ain't shit but a bitch. An old, ignorant, innocent-looking senior citizen built up, slap you like Grimace, all sensitive. Bruh. A minute, hold on. Is it me, or did he look like a banana with braids and clothes on?
Is this a rap lyric?
Made man. Now how you gonna connect with them short arms like a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
The beef cooled off for a minute, but M wasn't done because in January 2024, he comes through with Doomsday Part 2 and goes for the jugular about Benzino's money problems.
What's the opposite of Benzino? A giraffe. Go at his neck. How the f is that? How can I go at something he doesn't have? Arms so short he can't even touch his hands when they're above his head doing jumping jacks. Sorry, I don't mean to upset you, Ben, when I talk about all the debt you in.
When Benzino hits up Drink Champs, everyone saw how deep these bars cut.
Let's go. Fuck out of here.
It's over hip hop. Like hip hop is who we are. He can't come in and invade hip hop in Rosenberg and make trillions of dollars. This didn't even go to Nipsey's funeral, bro. If he's so fucking hip hop, why? How come he ain't blocked 10 blocks in motherfucking Detroit and give it to the homeless black people? Man, f Eminem, bro. They trying to kill me right now, bro, because of this shit I'm saying, because it's deep, bro.
He started off tough.
Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly?
Eminem, bro.
So which
Eminem,
So
bro.
which one?
Neither, bro. Both of them, bro. Cassidy will kill Eminem in a battle rap, bro. Why do y'all give Eminem so much props? Why do y'all like Eminem? Because he's white?
Cassidy and Eminem in a rap in a rap battle. Man, I might go to Eminem. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I might go Eminem. Shit. Man, I know Cassidy got that shit too. But Eminem with the 8 mile, arms are sweaty, look like it's all spaghetti, some shit. I don't know. Don't get me to keep going.
Is that it? What do you mean? Nah, like, what? Fuck that.
But 20 years of taking L's will just break you down.
I don't got nothing against Eminem. I got nothing against Eminem. They can rap, but I can't.
My favorite Eminem song that I said, "I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you." Bro,
Yeah,
that shit go hard, bro.
I don't want to go through. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want. For 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem.
Great news! Now your account has a level, and you get free daily cases for it.
The f you want me to do?
Speaking of getting humbled publicly, this next one learns why you don't compare yourself to legends. Sometimes you need to know your lane, and French Montana learned this lesson the hard way in April 2020. It starts off with French going on Twitter with a bold claim, saying he could go hit for hit with Kendrick Lamar. While the internet was already roasting French for that take, Young Thug decides to check French himself, feeling like someone needed to address this level of disrespect.
Stop that shit.
Stupid ass have more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Stop that shit, nigga. Somebody
Instead of backing down, French goes to flip the script on Thug by bringing up how Thug wore a dress in his No Stylist video.
Hey, Thug, man. Thank you for wearing that skirt for me on No Stylist. You heard? Hold a cap. Hold a cap. Shoot up.
At first, Thug's pretty civil, suggesting French was just in his feelings.
Bro,
French
definitely will dress.
Chin. Listen, bro. Get out of your feelings. I'm only speaking from an artist standpoint. You do not have nowhere near more hits than Kendrick Lamar whatsoever.
He definitely
you probably
don't.
won't ever have more hits than Buddy.
He definitely don't.
So, get that out of your head.
I don't know why he said that shit,
But French didn't take the hint. He doubles down, posting a picture of Thug wearing a skirt, thinking this is somehow going to help his case. And that's when Thug decides to show French exactly what kind of power he was playing with. In a move that shifted beef from social media to reality, Thug posts a video of himself outside one of French's former properties, sending a clear message about his reach. That reality check must have hit him because French was quick to tell Fat Joe how everything got squashed a few days later.
It's a miscommunication about something. And as far as the Kendrick thing, I guess Hot 97.
But if getting checked over social media was bad, watch how this next rapper had a whole veteran run into Twitter with fake stories. Now, sometimes veterans in the game need a reminder that the new generation ain't the ones to be played with. The game learned that lesson when he decides to jump into Lil Durk's beef with Tyga. Thinking he could dismiss an up-and-coming Chicago star, Game jumped on Tyga's Chirac to LA with some dismissive bars.
Tyga hit me like Dirk dissing. Dirk Nowitzki, Dirk who never heard of these.
The Game found out quick that trying to sun someone who was already making major moves in Chicago wasn't the smartest play. And when they're
I don't want to deal with Dirk. You know what I'm saying? We already know what he be on bro. He actually slides and glides.
Crossed at an LA club, Dirk wasn't interested in hearing any excuses about the Game not knowing who he was. The tension was real, and everyone in the spot could tell Dirk and his people weren't backing down from anything.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's come on,
hot as hell in there, boy.
The next day,
close
the Game
together
hits
and
Twitter
shit.
claiming the beef was squashed, with Dirk backing up the peace treaty. But the Game couldn't help it and flipped the script. In a later interview, he tried painting a different picture, claiming he was the one who found Dirk and curved him because of his size.
Called me last night.
Okay.
He called me the day before originally, upset on my phone, right? talked to him. We had a conversation. He called me last night.
I'm gonna tell you what he said.
And the first thing out his mouth was, I apologize.
Dirk kept it straight up, taking to Twitter to expose the cap and game story with simple facts.
He found me. The fuck?
And made it clear that he wasn't about that.
Glad I'm not a Twitter gangster life.
Speaking of veterans catching L's here, this next situation shows why even the biggest names need to watch their mouth. The 2007 beef between 50 Cent and Lil Wayne showed how even the biggest names in hip-hop can get caught up in some unnecessary drama.
50 Cent, Lil
It starts
Wayne
with
beef?
50 calling out Wayne during a Funkmaster Flex interview.
I feel like a whore sleeps with whoever will pay him.
Okay.
So we gotta call him. If you'll just go with whoever will pay you to be on the record.
Setting the tone today.
The tension escalates through music, with 50 dropping Part-Time Lover.
You make me want to kiss you, like baby kiss Wayne. And make you call me daddy, like
damn.
baby do Wayne. Damn, that
Damn.
sounds gay, it's insane. I guess that's the price to
He
live.
did kiss him.
Wayne initially took the high road, showing respect for
I ain't gonna lie, Chad, man, that hurted me, man. When I was a shorty, I remember that shit, man, at 106 and Parks. That nigga Weezy kissed Bird, man. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What? Oh, no.
Bruh.
Real, Chad, that hurt.
50 status in the game, but the peace didn't last long. Wayne hits back with Louisianimal.
Call me Louisiana Carter. I go harder, all about the dollar. 2 quarters. I pour syrup in that vitamin water. I hope you die ugly, and tonight will be gorgeous.
So 50 responds with Love Hate Love.
Acting like a white boy bored, trying to jump stairs on a skateboard? But why the f*** your van's so tight? You trying to show your alternative life? You said you was gonna see me when your homie got shot. It's been a while, I guess you forgot. Once again you forgot, ain't that some shit? You forgot about me. I wrote your hits. You know how we do, hate it or love it.
The beef finally cooled down in 2012 when 50 showed concern after Wayne's seizure. Both artists maintained their success throughout the beef, proving sometimes that these conflicts don't need a clear winner. Now, if this beef could end with mutual respect, wait until you hear how this next one gets destroyed from the inside.
Oh, they have guns! What the?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man.
Inside out over money. Sometimes the smartest move you can do is walk away. Then WA learned the hard way after Ice Cube left in '89. When Cube split over money problems with Jerry Heller and Eazy-E's Ruthless Records, NWA started taking shots on 100 Miles and Running.
Started with 5 and yo, one couldn't take it. So now there's 4 cause the 5th couldn't make it.
They kept pushing with real and even made a whole skit called Message to BA, calling Cube a traitor. At first, Cube just threw a quick jab back on jacking for beats.
And if I jack you and you keep coming, I'll have you marks 100 miles and running.
But when they called him out by his real name O'Shea on Always Into Something, Cube decided to end it all. He dropped No Vaseline. And it wasn't just a diss track. It was a career killer.
Cause you can't be the for life crew with a white Jew telling you what to do. Now you must be a snitch. Throw a house in a ditch.
Damn,
homeboys, your little maggot. Eazy-E turned with Jerry Heller, MC Ren, Dr. Dre, and Yella. But if they were smart as me, Eazy-E would be hanging from a tree.
That track hit so hard that NWA never even talked about it with him afterward. Cube had exposed everything, from their money problems with Jerry Heller to their changing image. The group was already falling apart, and No Vaseline was the final push. Not long after, NWA breaks up over the same money issues that made Cube leave in the first place. And speaking of career-ending diss tracks, this beef will show how one comparison sparked a war that's still burning today. The heated clash between Kendrick Lamar and Drake kicked off in the most unexpected way, through J. Cole trying to put them all on the same level in hip-hop.
Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We the big 3 like we started a league, but right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, Kendrick wasn't feeling that comparison, and made that clear real quick on...
Hey, I really like J. Cole, though, when like he kind of like stepped down on the shit. Like, my thing is, for like, he raw as hell, don't get me wrong, J. Cole that nigga, but he don't see that for himself, though. Like, he don't think that way for himself, you know what I'm saying? He think, basically, like, man, like, it's like he got a mindset like, I ain't the greatest rapper in the world. Like, you know, like he posed, and I feel like as a rapper, he supposed to be like, yeah, I am the greatest rapper in the world, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Shit, my favorite rapper, you know what I'm saying, was Weezy, and nigga, he felt like he was the greatest rapper, as he should supposed to think like that. You know, I don't know, man.
Like that, taking shots at Drake's catalog.
Motherfuck the big three. Nah, it's just big me. And your best work is a light pack. Prince outlived Mike Jack. Bum for all your dogs getting buried. That's okay with all these nines. He gonna see Pet Cemetery.
The beef takes a sharp turn when Kendrick drops Euphoria, calling out Drake's authenticity and touching on personal matters.
How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel like you're black enough? That's all. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
Things got real serious with Meet the Grams, where Kendrick started throwing heavy accusations about Drake's circle.
The hiccups and shit.
Don't be ashamed about who you with. That's how he treats your moms. Don't have a kid to hide again. Be sure. He got offenders on HoVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around him. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's like him lurking. Rap battle. He should, so all these women can live with a purpose.
Kendrick kept the pressure on with Not Like Us, taking aim at Drake's whole team.
They tell me Chubb's
like
the only
us.
one that gets you
They not
hand-me-downs.
like us.
And Party at the party, playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why he around? Certified lover boy. Certified files.
Pedophile.
Drake tried to flip the script with Heart Part 6, suggesting Kendrick fell for planted info.
You waited for this moment, overcome with desperation. We plotted for a week, and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or destination, but you so thirsty, you're not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio. It's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact-check things, and be less impatient.
His defense came off shaky when he
Yeah,
dropped.
boy, you don't want to fuck
I've
with
never
Kendrick.
been with no one underage, but now I understand why this is the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the you just suggested.
Kendrick made it clear on his latest album, Gen X, that this beef ain't dying down anytime soon, spitting on Whacked Out Mural.
I never pieced it up. That shit don't fit well with me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me.
Bars. Fuck you talking about, man? You don't want to fuck with Kendrick.
From
Man,
awkward
Kendrick a
encounter.
beast. Bro, you don't want to fuck with Kendrick, man. That's Kendrick Lamar. Man. 100 merch. Man, chat. I think that's it, man. I think I'm done with it. Yeah. All right.